Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The basketball Buckeyes dominated the number 24 Wisconsin Badgers last night, 86-69. Bruce Thornton had a game-high 27 points, and Devin Royal added 25 of his own. The Buckeyes will travel to East Lansing and take on Sparty this Sunday at 1 o'clock. The team up north is the number one team in the country. They travel to Purdue and beat the 7th-ranked Boilermakers 91-80. The 22nd-ranked Miami Redhawks are still undefeated after defeating UMass 86-77. And finally, the 10th-ranked Ohio State women's basketball team will try to get back in the win column when they take on number 23 Minnesota on the road tonight at 8. This update was sponsored by Uber Eats. Uber Eats has a good deal waiting for you at Old Bag of Nails. Get a buy one, get one free deal on burgers on the app. Terms apply. See app for details. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Breakfast time!
Hello, welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis. Can I take your order?
Just want a little breakfast.
Hey, you want some crabs? Because I got some of them.
Get ready to drive through the intersection of football, food, and fun. Come on, Joe! Featuring producer Dylan.
We're the 5 best rappers of all time.
Special guests.
You serious?
And you. Wake up.
For what?
It's time for T-Bone and Tyvis.
Welcome in. Happy Wednesday to you. What's up? I'm T-Bone. He's Tyvis. Good morning. Go to hell. Tyvis, you know what I saw today when I drove in?
No
Zero fog.
Yeah, no
Zero
fog.
Fog is gone. Is
it supposed to rain today?
Yes.
I'm looking at well, you know what? I'm looking at Meredith's forecast right now on 10 TV. It looks like partly cloudy to maybe some sun peeking out later in the day. High at 5 p.m., she says, of 60 degrees.
Well, no,
60
it wasn't
degrees.
no rain in that forecast.
I think she said potential for AM showers.
Okay, so we might get a little something early here. That's fine.
So that means I still need to go get Cardale's Tesla washed. Dang, I was going to skip it because
Well, wait, you wouldn't get it washed when it's raining.
Exactly.
Oh, you're saying you can't do it today if it's raining.
If it's raining, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. But then when it stops raining, you can go out and get it after that.
For sure.
Yeah.
I never understood why people have the logic of it's raining or it's gonna rain, no car wash.
Well, let me explain. Because the rain has dirt in it, and when it hits your car, it's like you just paid for a car wash, and then they put dirt right back on it, so you're just paying for nothing. That's the point.
I'm a Moo Moo car wash member, subscriber, however you want to call it. So I guess it's different for me because I just run through the car wash. It's going to cost me the same regardless.
Well,
that's fair.
That's the same thing with Cardale's car, but I just don't want to.
You don't want to take the.
And it's the funny thing is, it's literally on my way home. Like I got to go past the place to go home. And it's just like
just
I don't need to stop. Like it's gonna rain, so it's like, I'll just do it tomorrow.
That I will tell you though, when it is, because you're right. Like I'm someone who typically doesn't want to just go through the car wash or sit there. If I know it's going to rain the next day, I'll wait until I get a string of days. But man, I tell you what, when that first, if it's like we've had, where it's been mostly like cold and it's been winter, right? Mm-hmm. But like. I didn't go over there yesterday, but yesterday, like the sun was peeking out. It's been a little warmer.
The place was packed, wasn't it?
I can almost guarantee you every car wash that you drove by.
Oh, my goodness.
Had to be like insane.
This weekend?
Yeah, like,
when I went past it, my wife wanted to get the car wash, and I'm like, do you see that line? You see, I'm not going to sit there.
Yeah,
the thing was wrapped around the corner. I'm like, we're not doing not today.
You see, the thing about working this schedule, which I have for about the past 7 years, I get my car wash after I leave here at like 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning on a weekday.
It's a good time to go.
Everyone's at work.
It's a good time to go.
But I know most people don't have that luxury unless you want to take like a 15-minute break just to get your car washed.
Yeah, I need to just break down and do the moo-moo thing because I just go, I'm like, I'm not going to go that many times.
You pay every time you go?
Well, here's the thing.
It's like like $30-$40 for like a monthly.
I think
it's not much.
It's $36 or $40, and it's the top one that they have is the one that I pay for.
What I need to do though, because see, I Moo Moo's great, but I have the car where I'm like, I don't want to go with I don't want any brushes touched it. Brushes never touch this car. Mm. It's only the brushless that I do. So I go through where they do the sheets of water and they spray everything on it, and it's just the jets, and then soap comes.
Yeah.
And that's it. And so those places, there's only one that I know of around here that has like the monthly subscription, and it's out of my way. So that's why I don't do it. But
I understand.
Tyvis,
today might be the
I don't
day.
agree with you saying big money because I do that. That's like 2.5 car washes if you were to pay for them separately. That's actually balling on a budget, doing the monthly charge versus paying $16 every single time I go through.
No, see, some people don't pay for that at all. Some people go to their driveway, pull their car out, get a bucket of water, and do it that
I
way.
ain't doing all
Nothing
that.
wrong with that.
That's free.
Well, you got to buy the
Gotta
stuff.
pay the supplies.
that's
You got to turn your water on.
That's a
It's not
one-time
free.
deal.
P.S. Don't use dishwasher soap to wash your car. I feel like a lot of people do that.
I ain't never heard of that.
you done
You
that?
never heard of that.
Yeah, I have because I feel like my dad used to do it.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you're not supposed to do that.
Yes.
I don't think. I mean, I don't really know the reasoning, but I just know you're not supposed to do that. Maybe that's big car wash soap people. Maybe that's their
You
like
think it's just propaganda?
it's propaganda from the car wash soap manufacturers. The Turtle Wax people are getting us. They're getting us with their Carnauba wax or whatever they make. So yeah, I don't know, man. My dad is the type. He is that guy though. My dad is the like hand wash the car. He takes his car to like car shows and does that whole thing.
Oh.
What's he
where you
drive?
sit there. He's got a Dodge Challenger.
Okay.
So or a Charger. I don't know why it's a Challenger. He's got the Charger. So yeah, but he takes that around. It's like a certain model that's like one of the last ones they made. So he has a little model of the car he puts on the hood of the car. Or in the engine bay. When he opens up he gets it all polished and shined up, cleans out everything, and then puts that there, sits there. People come and go, "Oh, that's your car." He goes, "Yeah, where's your car?" And then they go talk about cars. I kind of like it. I've gone a few times with him. It's fun. You a car show guy, Tyvis?
I have not been to a car show since I was younger. Like, I don't know, like in my teens.
You know what we should do? Now, I mean, like, this isn't really the vibe of the show, but we're up early enough to do it. You ever go to one of those cars and coffee things?
No.
Oh, that's you
First of all,
should.
I don't drink coffee.
Though it doesn't matter. The whole point is it's like people bring out their luxury automobiles, their high-end sports cars, their vintage race car, whatever they got, and they park it at a place, and it's early on Saturdays usually is when they do it. And then you go.
I thought that was a Saturday night thing, a Friday night
Why
thing.
would it's called coffee? It's called
No, I'm not talking
Cars and
about
coffee.
your event. I'm talking about I went to Target one day and
Oh.
it was the nighttime and they had the parking lot in Polaris. It was packed with just nothing but like these fancy cars.
I
I'm
have
like, what
they
is
do
going
that too.
on?
Yeah, that's the thing too. And I like to go to all of them, but I'm telling you, like you go to the early morning ones because you get up early, I get up early, go there. You don't have to drink any coffee, but you see still the same type of cars, like insane
Yeah.
talent on those cars. And I always think like, what do these people do for a living? Because some of these cars, I'm like, I know that car is like worth $400,000. It's just sitting here.
I ask that question probably at least 10 times a week. Like, what do you do for a living?
Yeah.
Because people be out at certain times. Like, you ever go to a place and it's like packed, but it's like 10 a.m. on a Tuesday, and it's like, why are you not at work?
That's me. After I got off of
What
work,
are you doing?
I know I have an excuse. I don't know your excuse.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. It's like the three of us here, we have a good reason. If we're out at 10:30, we're like, oh, I have a perfectly good reason. I don't have to, I'm done with work. But like someone else, we immediately assume they must work from 9 to 5. How dare they be out now? But it's like they have other schedules for other jobs too. Some people work overnights at a hospital. That, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
but
you get off. What are you gonna
I'm
do? Go
talking
get
about
dinner.
like if you go to like the mall and it's packed. Like when I lived in San Francisco, like when I was in Santa Clara, the highway was packed all the time. The mall was packed all the time, and I'm just like, do anybody not work around
No.
here? Like Tuesday in the NFL is my day off, so I have an excuse. Why are you
we were
out
hanging
here?
out with all those tech billionaires that were
Yeah,
just like they're all living off like
Or
they
the
had an
homeless.
idea.
No,
Nothing in
would.
between.
Why would
The homeless ain't in the mall unless
I was gonna say.
they robbing the place.
just saying that's I mean that's probably what it is. People, can you imagine that having that type of lifestyle where these guys that they had an idea, they put it out there, they worked hard for I don't know 4 or 5 years, got it off the ground. The company goes public, they make $1 bajillion, and then the rest of their life they just spend going to like conferences and be like, yeah, that was my idea 20 years ago. You could have the same idea too. And then they're like, here's $250,000 for saying that. Thank you for that. Here's a speaker's fee. And then you just live off your interest in speaker's fees the rest of your life. And anytime you don't want to do anything, you don't. You just sit around.
That's boring.
I love to be bored like that,
No, you
Tyvis.
don't.
We all would love to be bored like that.
No, you don't.
No, because you could still do this. Just win them one day.
Matty
Like,
Ice
I don't want to.
Matty Ice swears that if he hit the lotto, he gonna still work 3 days a week.
You know, and I believe him.
I don't.
He's dedicated to his craft.
He ain't.
No, he is.
He gonna come in here. He gonna do it for a week, and then he gonna be like, "I don't need to do this."
I think some things might change around
that
here.
alarm clock gonna go off, and it's gonna be time to go in. He gonna be like, you know what? I don't feel like doing it
Tell you
today.
If Matty Ice hit the lottery and did that, like I could see him coming in and buying the place, and then just being like, "Now I got a few changes I want to make," and then he would like, do what he wants to do. But then, yeah, I mean, that'd be, I think Matty Ice.
How much you think they sell this place for?
Oh, it did sell not long. I don't know what the number was, but it's tens of millions of dollars. I'm sure.
Tens of millions?
Yeah.
So if I hit the thing for like when it was up to $1 billion.
Oh, you could buy it. Yeah.
Do you think they'd sell it? They'd sell it to me?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure they would if the price is right.
Who would I talk to? Would I go in Fish's office?
Go to Fish.
With a
You go to
briefcase. Walk in Fish
I
office
wanna
with
buy this place.
I come here with a suit on and a briefcase. Go sit in there and put that business cross on.
Like Fish has our back, but if you walked in with a briefcase that I want to buy the place, he would be like, just so you know, I work for you now. I'm on your side. I'll do whatever you say, boss. All right, Buckeyes last night. I'll tell you what, if I hit the lottery, Buckeyes would never miss the NCAA tournament ever again. This booster problem supposedly we have, never be a problem. But you know what else? They'll never miss the tournament again if they play every game like they played last night. We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Wednesday. No fog to report on the roads, thankfully, and for once, right? So we're seeing some really clear traffic cams this morning, especially over in Delaware County. A live look at 71 at Gemini Place. Not seeing any issues out there, and that's going to be the case if you're heading on 315, heading towards that downtown area. 270 at Bethel Road will only take you 3 minutes. Still nice and green from Bethel Road to Lane Avenue, and still no issues to report as you're heading towards 670, looking pretty perfect on this Wednesday. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you. So why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. To get started, find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor and call a Groundworks company. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation. Schedule a free inspection with Ohio Basement Authority, a Groundworks company.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for detail.
Truck drivers, are you tired of your pay not matching your experience? At Schneider, our truck driver pay is designed so your years of service directly translate to higher earnings. Plus, longtime drivers qualify for larger sign-on bonuses and a larger selection of driving jobs. Pick from dry van, intermodal, tanker, and dedicated opportunities. Ready to be rewarded for your hard work and expertise? Find the right driving job for you at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
What's up, everybody? This is Jeremy Birmingham Berm from the Austin and Berm Show here on 97.1 The Fan. I hit maintenance after dropping 35 pounds on Awaken 180, and I'm not going to pretend that I don't feel different, because this is the first time in a long time I've actually reached a goal that I set for my physical health instead of just talking about one, thanks to Awaken 180. I'm under 200 pounds for the first time in 25 years, and that's not a small thing. I didn't have to muscle my way there either. The Awaken 180 coaches walked me through it. Every adjustment, every tweak. They made it simple. Honestly, it was easier than I expected. This now feels like momentum. I'm in maintenance mode, and I'm not guessing. I can have pizza. I can have ice cream. All the things I used to love are back on my menu, but my metabolism is firing on all cylinders. The difference is my body doesn't crave it all the time. It was a mindset change and not a Band-Aid. That's the part that changes everything. If you've been circling the same goal for years, maybe you don't need more willpower. Maybe what you need is what I had, a plan, a coach, and a system that makes it easy. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
Hi, the Scott Antique Markets are back again at the Ohio Expo Center, featuring hundreds of vendors with collectibles and merchandise from all over the world. The market is one weekend monthly, November through March. Build your family heirlooms. You can find everything that gets old. Just take I-71 to exit 111 to enjoy America's favorite treasure hunt. Visit thescottantiquemarket.com for more information. Come join us at the Ohio Expo Center for the Scott Antique Markets. It's huge. It's the Scott Antique Markets this weekend.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is, fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Join Rothman and Ice every Thursday at 2:30 for Gold Jacket Thursday.
Presented by the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
A new Hall of Famer joins the show every week, but not OJ because he's dead and probably a murderer. The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Cloudy and mild to kick off the day, and then we could see some showers develop by late morning into the early afternoon, eventually wrapping up and becoming mostly sunny with highs in the low 60s and gusty winds. For tonight, increasing clouds with our lows in the 40s, and for Thursday, a mostly cloudy day with highs in the low 60s. Chances of rain develop later into the afternoon and evening, with some thunderstorms possible overnight, some which could be on the stronger side. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
The Big Nine was a sad, incomplete place. Enter Ohio State. The rest is history. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan. Tyvis hates Girl Scout cookies.
I hate it.
And little girls in America.
I hate it, hate.
Seriously, Tyvis, what the hell?
Okay, whatever this is, I already hate it.
You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Buckeye basketball got the job done last night, 86-69 at the Shot.
BTA.
It was a thorough beatdown from the jump. I mean, almost right off the rip. I forget what what their first little run they had was, but Devin Royal got him started off. I think he had at one point in that game with 11 to go in the first half, he had 14 points and Wisconsin had 12.
Correct.
Yes.
That wasn't Devin Royal. Kevin Love showed up in a Devin Royal jersey. That's how he was playing.
He was on one. But it's probably because the game before Virginia, he no-showed. And it was like, we got to get you going early. And he came out with intentions. Amari Bynum came out with intentions. And I just like the fact that Bruce did it the way he did it. Like, it wasn't I'm going to try to win this thing by myself. It was I'm going to let y'all have the first half. I'm going to facilitate. I'm going to grab rebounds. I'm going to do all the dirty work. Man had 9 rebounds and 8 assists. And then in the second half, it was like, get out the way. It's my turn. Let me go ahead and close this thing out. And he finished the game with 27 points, which I think he only had 3 in the first half.
Oh, is that? I know he didn't have a ton in the first half, but it didn't matter because that was what I was thinking at halftime. Like, Buckeyes have this big lead, and Bruce hasn't fully unleashed yet. Just that's still a possibility. I was also thinking, hey, if he doesn't have to even do that in this game, great. I know he did eventually get his points, but I keep saying that this team is at its best when Bruce Thornton doesn't have to score 30 points. Now, he did have 27, but that was just the offense was there. Mm-hmm. And Wisconsin they had no answers for this Buckeye offense yesterday. But as good as all that was, to me, the most impressive thing of watching that game was the fact that Ohio State's defense, you play like that, you are going to be in the tournament and not a bubble team. Yeah. If you play because that will travel and beat almost anyone in the country. I don't know if it beats Michigan right now. I don't know if you saw what they did last night, but they went into Mackey Arena and just knocked them around for 40 minutes like it was nothing.
Yeah.
But outside of, like, maybe them in Florida right now, anybody else in the country, you play like you did last night, start to finish, you beat anybody in the country playing like that. The question is, can you do that consistently? So that's where our concerns are. Is some of us, it's not all Buckeye fans, some Buckeye fans like me have had those concerns. But this is the potential that this team has had, and it's good to see them actually do it, because that's what I expected from Devin Royal, right?
Was this a second quad 1 win, or
it's not a quad 1 win? Sadly. Every one of these, Tyvis, it's so annoying. I'm with you. Tyvis, you just rolled your eyes.
This is ridiculous, man.
It's one of because here's the stupid thing.
Why is it not? Because it was at home?
Yes,
correct.
No, this is the dumbest thing.
Dumbest thing I've ever heard. In my life.
It's. Here's what it is. It's their first ranked win this year. This is against a ranked team. Wisconsin is 24th. They are ranked. Now, they've been in and out of the top 25.
But their net ranking is in the 30s. It was like 32 or 33. It needs to be a top 30 in the net for it to be a quad 1.
Yeah, so it's top 30 at home is a quad 1 win. Top 75 or 70?
It's 70 or 75.
Is the on the road. That's
75.
What. So, like.
That's why Northwestern is fringing on a quad 1 win, but Wisconsin is also fringing on a quad 1 win. Make it make sense.
Wisconsin's a way better team. You still played the same damn team.
This is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, but that is the way. Yes. So here's what I know. That was a fantastic win last night. Doesn't matter if it's quad 1, quad 2. It was a very good win. And I think anybody who watches like the tournament selection committee, hopefully those people watch enough basketball. That's their job. But I would hope that when they look at this team and they're evaluating what they are, this Wisconsin game should matter, whether it's quad 1 or quad 2. You know that was a good win. That's a Wisconsin team that was red hot, were they not? They beat you. They beat you a couple weeks ago up at their place, but they've also since gone and beat Michigan State. They've gone and beat Illinois. They had that win earlier in January against Michigan. Like, you know how good Wisconsin is. We've seen them do it. This Buckeye defense, the most impressive thing to me was they did not let Wisconsin at all do what Wisconsin wants to do.
They rebounded 35-27.
It was yes.
It was
a complete performance.
I was smiling. I was like, yeah, this is it. I had a big smile on my face going to bed last night watching this. Taysom Chapman give you 11 as a starter. You know,
that's the crazy. This is what we keep talking about with this team is like, when Bruce is playing like he's playing right now, which he is playing as good as he's ever played in this uniform. What you saw last night, almost had a triple-double.
Mm-hmm.
You need one other guy to like be the running mate that takes not so that the entirety of the defense does not have to focus on him. And like we said, I mean, there's a part of me that gets frustrated, if I'm honest, watching that last night and going, God, if I could have got 5 minutes of this at the end of that Virginia game, that would have been a quad 1 win. That would have not like suddenly you put that Virginia win with this one and then add one more here in this next stretch of games. You're talking about a no doubt tournament team, not a bubble team, which has been my whole concern this whole time. I don't want to be a fringe team. I want to be solidly in the tournament. That's what gets me excited as a Buckeye basketball fan, because that might mean something's actually different. This team's been a fringe tournament team for the last 5 years. All that Holtman era we've been talking about last year with Jake, like they've been on the butt. Oh, if they just get this win, if they just get that win, and then it never happens. They don't get enough wins. They get left out of the tournament. I want a team that people are talking about seeding, not if they're in. And that's Wisconsin is that team right now. Ohio State just whooped them last night like they should have, which is great to see. So now let's do that again. Try to get one of these road games against Michigan State and Iowa. Get one of those. And then I think, win the games you're supposed to against Penn State and Indiana. You're in.
The way they play like that, they can get both.
They could. They can get Purdue if they played like that. They could get it. I'm telling you.
Purdue is always a team for some odd reason. They know how to beat Purdue. I don't know what that's about.
But Jake Diebler, I was going to say this is the best win of the Jake Diebler era other than that Purdue win in his first, like when he was the interim. Would you agree with that? I mean, I know it's a lot of games I'm asking.
I'm about to say I got to think about a lot of games.
But I'm saying, like, this is as good of a performance as I can recall, at least this year, and probably even last year, too.
Two issues that they had last night, even though they played well, that they've had all year is production from the post and bench points.
Don't even get me started.
Here is my maybe crazy idea to fix one of those problems. When Junie comes back, have him come off the bench.
That's, you know what? I don't think you'll ever see them do that, because then the idea would be.
But Tyson Chapman was actually doing well off the bench before Junie went down.
Yeah, but Junie could be like a Vinnie Johnson, Jamal Crawford type 6-man coming off the bench, where it's like he could just heat up immediately and you know.
Okay, what about the other problem?
I don't know what to do about that.
with the post issues?
Another try again with the transfer portal center next year.
Actually, I mean, there is one thing that could. I don't think it fixes it the way we're all looking for, right? But the thing that could be fixed there is, I don't know how long it is until Brandon Knoll comes back, but like if he comes back and is healthy and can play.
Was he rebounding at a high clip?
I think he was averaging like 4 a game before he went down, but you know, it's 4 more than they were getting for most of these stuff. I'm just saying, like, when Bruce is like, again, dude, God, go look at who like led the team in rebounds last night. Go look who led the team in rebounds.
Bruce did.
Yes, I'm saying, like, they rebounded well, but it's because Bruce is Bruce, and they got some other contributions, but it's not because of your 7-footers. That's the crazy thing. But again, they did all that without Junie Mobley and without any contributions from the post. Get some of that fixed, and now all of a sudden you're cooking. It's like that's a real thing.
Point with Brandon Knoll, the only way I think you fix it is you have to play Tilly and Nagovin, but maybe to close the game, you go really small with like buying them at the 5.
Oh, well, that's there were stretches of that game where suddenly I would feel like the flow was off, and I'm like, what is happening? And then I would look at the personnel on the floor, and I go, oh, that's why. Because
I don't understand how Tilly don't get boards. Like,
here's the thing. He's not even like terrible at like boxing
That's
out.
what I'm saying.
He just does not have the ability to go get it. He does everything but the final piece of rebounding.
No, I am trying to focus on the positives here, because this was a very This is the type of win that I and lots of Buckeye fans have been asking for the last it feels like 5 years. It's like, more of these type of wins, please. More of this type of effort. Yes, in this game, we could certainly still see, like, I mean, Tilly fouled out. Like that, as I saw it, I was like, of course, this is just like, this is like the best game we've had. And I feel for him, because, like, he just needed a game to get on track, too, and maybe that unlocks things for him. And so, unfortunately, he's the only one who really didn't have a good game last night. But, oh well. The point is, the rest of this team did. They played awesome. They took Wisconsin completely out of what they wanted to do. And if you do that every single time out, that effort can be replicated. I'm not saying you're not going to shoot 50% from 3. I think that's what they were at. Am I wrong? I feel like it was around that.
Shot.
I think they were pretty good, if not, 52%, 11 to 21. So I'm saying, like, can't count on that every game. But if you can give me that effort defensively, that helps you out in winning games. That is something you could do every single time.
I think they realize that where they are in their season, how pivotal it is, how they have this big stretch of games coming up, and they have to get some of these wins to really make the dance in March. So I think for them, they play with an extra pep in their step. That's what you need. If that's what it took to y'all have to have y'all back against the walls to where y'all have to win some of these games, I'm fine. If this is the effort we're going to get, that's cool. I ain't got no problem with that.
Yeah, no, totally fine with that, too. That's what we're looking for. I have a very bizarre story coming from the world of baseball. I will tell you about it in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Still no issues to report on the roads right now for this early Wednesday commute, but we are seeing traffic pick up in a couple of different areas, including our southeast corner. 33 westbound Agenda Road really picking up out there. We also have some traffic over in New Albany already. No surprise there, though. Passing that 161 and 62 intersection, notice a lot more cars out there this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Menards 11% rebate is here. From lighting to lumber, from doors to floors. The bigger the project, the bigger the rebate. From painting projects to that new kitchen makeover and designing that outdoor space of your dreams. Save big on any project you're tackling. Hurry into Menards for an 11% rebate on everything. Mail-in rebate is a merchandise credit check, not a point of sale discount. Redeemable on future in-store purchases only. Not on future purchases on Menards.com. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards. Social Security is for everybody, but for too long, not everybody got everything they earned.
Public servants and retirees worked hard for decades, but saw their guaranteed benefits reduced. That's why Congressman Mike Carey stepped up, passing the Social Security Fairness Act to protect benefits for millions of Americans. Thanks to Congressman Carey, Social Security benefits increased for teachers, firefighters, police officers, and other first responders in certain states, better serving the hardworking men and women who tirelessly serve us. And for those not nearing retirement, Congressman Carey passed the Working Families Tax Cut, the largest tax relief bill in United States history. Congressman Carey delivered no taxes on tips or overtime, increased the child tax credit, and passed thousands in tax relief for Ohio seniors. Find out more about how Mike Carey gets you everything you earned at carey.house.gov. Paid for with official funds from the Office of Mike Carey.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan. Your home for football, food, and fun. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
People in the chat want to know, T-Bone, you were all negative Nancy. You went viral.
Oh, I did
about
go viral.
this team not making the tournament. When you watch a performance like that, do you still sit on the same side of this team should make?
I said it last week. I think it was Hot Take Tuesday last week where I said we don't need to see it. This was, by the way, right after that Michigan game where they got smoked, right? And in fairness, everyone's getting smoked by Michigan. So, but again, we had to just sit through and watch this Michigan team, their fans chanting "Let's go blue" in the shot.
Yes.
Okay. It's a down moment for this program. However, I stand by this statement, and that's what I was talking about in the last segment. I don't want to be a fringe team that barely gets in and then just loses in the first game of the season or the first game of the tournament. And then everyone goes, oh, there we go. Yay, Ohio State basketball's fixed. No problems. We don't have to look at anything. We don't need to get any more money into this program. We don't need to do anything else about it.
But I don't think that's what will be said, though.
No, I'm telling you.
I do.
I'm telling
they would not
you.
say
They'd
that.
be like,
Yes,
good
no,
stepping stone.
no.
They hadn't made the tournament the past 5 years.
I'm
what
telling
more do
you.
you want from
but-
them besides making the tournament?
No,
And then-
I don't think. I mean, you might be right, but I don't believe that the majority of people would say that. I think the people that just tunes in every now and again might say something like that, but the people that's like been watching this team over the past 5 years will be like, no, that's like it was cool getting there, but like, no, we should, especially if they like get ran off the court. It's gonna be like, no, we got to do something about this.
Tyvis, you and me watch this team every game. There are a lot of Buckeye basketball fans who watch this team every game, but there are way more people involved, I believe, this is just my personal belief, in the donor culture there at Ohio State. People always say, like, oh, this town loves the Buckeyes. Columbus loves the Buckeyes. Let's be very clear about that. Columbus loves winning. That's what Columbus loves.
Yes.
Because why do you think Columbus supports the Ohio State football team so much compared to anything else? Is it just because we all love going over left guard, or we all love the play where, like, we X's and O's this and we know all the things about high school recruiting? Some of that is true for some of the fans. But when it comes to the money in this town, there's a lot of front runners. There's a lot of people who want to be at the thing that's the biggest and baddest thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if your team is a middling, gets in the tournament once every 4 or 5 years team, that's never going to get the money from the people you need it to. That's never going to get the support you need it to. If this team they're never going to replicate what Ohio State football has done over the last 100 years. That's a very tall order. But you could get back to when Thad was here. You're telling me when Thad was here, when Jim O'Brien was here, if NIL had been a thing, you don't think the boosters and the donors would have said, we're on board? Tell me what you need, Thad. You need an extra $5 million because now this is I'm saying
Thad was
that would absolutely be an easier sell. And I think there are going to be a lot of people with that money who are going to say, oh, that's good. The Buckeye basketball program is fixed. Football program needs to win another national championship. I got to add more money to that pot. Basketball's good now. Like, with just getting to the tournament, that's good enough. If they are abjectly terrible, and then the changes are made to try to make them not be that, that's when maybe you see people get shocked into action to say, all right, I got to do something and step up.
But isn't that been what's been going on for the past 5 years where it hasn't looked good or haven't been good? And it ain't seemed like a lot of people been like, oh, let's go fix this. Like, it ain't been a lot of that in
like
5 years. So why would it change one more year? Like, that doesn't make sense.
Right.
I feel like if you see them actually have some progress and actually make the tournament, I think people will be like, oh, there's something there. Let me be that final donor piece that can take them back to a Sweet 16 team or something like that.
But see, that to me, they're right there. You just said it. The final piece that makes them a Sweet 16 team. You just saw yesterday, Tito said this the other day, and I told him in the office, I told him he's right. He said this team has the DNA or I forget how he phrased it, but it was essentially like, this team has the markings or the makings or the pieces that could get them to a Sweet 16. And he's not wrong.
They dragged him for that, too.
Yeah. He got dragged for your take. He got dragged for his take. It doesn't matter if you're positive or negative about this. You're getting dragged.
What you see? What you saw last night? That's what he's talking about. The difference that he and I have on that is that we both agree that like there are bones to this that actually could be a Sweet 16 caliber type of team. The problem is I don't see it consistently enough with this team yet. Now, there's plenty of time to change this narrative. If they go do it again and again and again, you can be a Sweet 16 team in college basketball by being a top 25 program. What a lot of us as Buckeye basketball fans want is a regular top 25 program that then every couple years makes the Sweet 16, makes a decent run, has been a fringe top 10 team all year, like how Michigan State is this year. If you're not watching, Michigan State's like 15th. And last night they just blew out UCLA. But they have had they get blown out, they get run, they come back, they have good games. But that is what I'm saying. I would like to see Ohio State basketball be more like where Michigan State is this season, where Wisconsin is right now. They're a fringe top 25 team all year long, but they've had some big wins, bigger wins than Ohio State. They are the type of team, if Wisconsin gets hot, they could absolutely make a run. Michigan State, if they get hot, could absolutely make a run. I'm asking for that as Ohio State basketball as the standard, not as the exception.
When Thad was here, did we get a lot of top recruiting classes, like top 5 recruiting classes?
I mean, I can't say every single year that was the case.
But he had a lot of talent.
I mean, that Odin Conley class, geez.
Odin Conley.
I don't know if there's a better recruiting class ever.
Wouldn't they call it the Thad 5?
Yeah.
That was,
So the reason I bring that up is because, like, has Diebler had that?
No, not yet. I mean, I don't think
next year's classes, it's not in that elk of what we were just talking about with the Thad 5, but I mean, if you...
No, next year you have
players.
You have a McDonald's All-American.
But it's basketball. And they
they
got a lot of... No, I'm saying like...
No. Go ahead.
Finish that.
No, to Dylan's point, in the NIL era, it is something where you want to keep, like, you're going to have to keep, Bruce will be gone next year, but you're going to want to keep Junie Mobley. You want to keep Devin Royal.
Right.
Like, you're going to want to keep some of these pieces that you found. That's going to cost money. And then you go supplement that with the McDonald's All-American. Sure.
I'm only asking this is because it's like, from a talent standpoint, is this roster, like, that talented? Is it Sweet 16 talented?
I did not agree when people said, personally, that this roster is that Jake Diebler can't do anything with this roster. Where are all those people now today? Because you just saw last night, they absolutely can play better than they have. So that's where some of our frustration, we watch this team, I don't want to get two X's and O's on you, but like Devin Royal against Virginia, they tried to make him like a wing guard in that game, and it was not a good idea. Like,
how he played yesterday is his game.
Yes,
that's his game.
He obviously had outside shooting going last night.
Right.
But you know what else he did? He was down low, frustrating people, taking undersized guards down there and getting them to foul him. Like that part of his game absolutely gets him going. And that was not part of the game plan against Virginia. Now, I don't know why. Maybe that was something they saw on film and said, that's not going to work against this Virginia team. I don't know. But he had 4 points in that game. So, like, it was good they made the adjustment to get him back to what he should be doing. And it worked out well yesterday. So if we can see that consistently with this roster, then you're right, Tyvis. There will be excitement for it. That's my point. If this is a team that's a no-doubt tournament team, the excitement will be there. Passion will be there. Money will be there, all that stuff. But if it's we got to hope and pray that the committee likes one aspect of our KenPom and net rating and they actually value this win more than the computers do or whatever, like, that's what I'm talking about, that fringe stuff. I don't want to be that. I either want to be just miss the tournament and let's evaluate and figure it out, or be so good that we don't have this concern anymore. But let's not be in between. Let's not be this fringe team that's waiting on someone to just bless us with a lucky entry into the tournament.
They need a big.
They've been getting bigs in the portal. They've just been missing on them. Next year, for me, that's a big thing next year in the portal. If they get a big, they don't need a big to be Kareem.
Is the dude from Baylor coming back?
I don't think he's coming back this year.
Well, they said they haven't ruled him out yet. But
he ain't coming back this year.
I wouldn't think so, but they haven't ruled him out technically. But yeah, the point there is if we can get Puff Johnson's on his 19th year of college basketball, so I would hope this dude from Baylor could get another year. I don't know what his eligibility is left, but I would hope he can get another year for his injury. But I would think so.
To your point about the bigger picture and being on the bubble, last year they were 2 wins against Northwestern and Iowa from being in the tournament. But does that change the quality of the team overall based off of beating those two opponents? No. And that's what Bone's saying is he doesn't want if they would have beat that 3-win Northwestern team, they would have made the tournament. Does that mean that they were a better team last year if they would have won that game?
I want this team to be something that everyone in the country goes, oh yeah, Ohio State's a tournament team, no question. I don't want it to be a debate because that means you start to build something that's legitimate and that can last. So hopefully that's what we're seeing. I'm going to get to this story about the baseball stuff. Bizarre story involving an affair and a resignation in baseball. I'll tell you about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Over on the east side between Gahanna and Reynoldsburg, we are noticing a disabled vehicle. It's happening right now on the 270 northbound direction at State Route 16, West Broad Street. That left shoulder is currently blocked. Over in our southeast corner as well by Canal Winchester, we are seeing traffic really pick up on 33 westbound from Pickering's Inn to Gender Road. Just notice those delays out there this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Looking for TRT, Synergenex, and Low T Center take most insurance plans and customize each dose of testosterone for maximum safe results. Don't compromise your health or your savings. Go to Synergenex.com or LowTCenter.com to book your free test today.
Working your way through that home projects list, that means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your air conditioner or furnace. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain issues? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing problems? Call the Waterworks. HVAC breakdowns? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks. Trusted and certified plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
I love Right Pack Credit Union because they're solution driven. I feel valued as a member.
They're focused on the latest technology and the personal connections.
Experience benefits that go beyond banking with Right Pack Credit Union. Just ask our actual members.
I definitely recommend Right Pack to all my family and friends as a credit union of choice.
Visit one of our Columbus area Right Pack Credit Union member centers near you. Based on individual members' experiences, results may vary.
Want big flavor and even bigger value? The new $9.99 value meal has arrived at Hothead Burritos. Get your choice of a customized, loaded little burrito or bowl with fresh chips and salsa plus a drink, all for just $9.99 today. Hothead Burritos. Get up and get you some.
It's Timmy Hall here, stepping in for the common man. You see, he decided to go to Italy when his Germain spot was due. Must be nice. You know what else is nice? Germain's month-long President's Day sale at all the locations listed at GoGermain.com. This month, all qualified pre-owned vehicles come with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty. On top of the $1,000 price promise, no one will sell you a car for less. Nearly 4,000 vehicles, 30 brands, one website. You can only find the savings and that warranty at GoGermain.com. Hope you enjoyed your cured meats, common man.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge, and Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty. Wait, what? Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We have made
our community a very important part of our business. One of the things that many people may not realize is that I was born and raised in Columbus. Our plant is in Columbus. All of our employees are from Ohio. And the community hears about all that stuff. And so the community trusts us.
Visit Rosati Windows by the end of this month and get 35% off all windows and doors.
It's Timmy Hall and Common Man for Hollywood Casino Columbus, and all month long, there's so much money to win.
You can win $1 million instantly, plus every week there's multiple ways to score big Penn Cash prizes.
And new members who sign up for the Penn Play app can win up to $2,026 in Penn Cash.
And you see the brunch items they still have at the Sportsbook restaurant? Biscoff stuffed French toast, Country Benedict.
Plus, on March 6th, we got Muay Thai and Championship Boxing tickets available on Ticketmaster.
Oh, Muay Thai.
Muay Thai.
Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
The only contraband hiding in Tyvis's butt cheeks is a Kit Kat bar. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971, or you can hop in the YouTube chat. Just go to YouTube, 971 The Fan. Click on it, T-Bone and Tyvis. I saw that Quentin in the chat, one of our regulars, had asked, he's going to Portillo's today.
You lucky bastard.
Dude, Common Man is the leader on this, and our boss Fish, they are both Chicago guys. They have long sang the praises of Portillo's, but I have now gone to a Portillo's. I know Tyvis has hit up a Portillo's plenty of times. Like, dude, if they get one here, the whole radio state, you may just go, if they open a Portillo's in Columbus, just know you will see the entirety of the Fan staff sitting there probably day one. We'll probably all be begging to do remotes from there if they ever open one here. But my recommendation is to get the Italian beef and sausage sandwich where they're both together. That thing is awesome. But either way, get a chocolate cake shake. You have to do. They literally take a piece of chocolate cake, blend it up into a milkshake. It's delicious.
I did that for my daughter the other day, and she's hooked.
Oh, it's good for you.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That chocolate shake at Portillo's, it's too much.
Oh, of course, I knew you would say that.
It's too much. It's not even enjoyable.
Seasonally, I don't know if they don't appear to have it on their menu here, but they do also have a lemon cake when that's available. Oh,
I'm not a lemon guy, except lemonade.
What are you talking about? That's like your favorite drink.
Listen to your food and drink takes. That's what's not enjoyable. Mr. I love lemonade, but anything else lemon?
It's ridiculous.
Cake and a shake,
insanity.
Too much.
It's insanity.
2 meats on a sandwich, can't do it.
You are insane. Here's what I know. I'm going to the Indy 500 every year. I try to go to the Indy 500. I have tickets. There are Portillo's around Indy, or at least there's one I know of around Indy. Every year I try to hit that place. I didn't get to go last year, so it'll be 2 years since I've had Portillo's. I'm going. This year, I don't care what I have to do.
You haven't had Portillo's in 2 years?
I don't go regularly around Big Ten country like you, my friend.
That's a good perk of the Big Ten, because I know I'm going to Illinois or Northwestern, and I'm getting some Portillo's.
Yeah, I went to the Illinois game this year and had some.
Oh, yeah,
right
you did.
After the game,
That's a great call.
That was my first stop.
Yeah, next year, hopefully, well, I say next year, I mean this upcoming football season, I need to travel to an actual Buckeye game. I've never gone to a Buckeye away game.
I have.
Ever. Yes, I know. Thank you, Tyvis. Thank you. Is this Hot Take Wednesday now? This is breaking news. Tyvis Powell has been to Buckeye games. Good to know. He played for them.
I went as a fan.
Oh, good. Which game?
When they played Northwestern at Wrigley.
Oh, you went as a fan.
Well, I was doing tailgate.
That's not as a fan. You got paid. You got paid to be it.
What?
Okay, this is enough nonsense. We got to get to the serious hard-hitting.
He got paid to do the pregame show. He
That's
went
right.
to the game. That was out of his own time.
Oh,
That's right. Because my flight was really kind of after that show.
So Tony Clark is the head of Major League Baseball's Players Association, or I should say he was the executive director of the MLBPA. He stepped down as the director after an internal probe, which is brought up. The main reason for this was because they said there was nepotism. He was dealing to his friends and family, letting them have jobs. Well, that complaint got investigated. And one of the things that came out about the investigation is apparently he had an inappropriate relationship with his sister-in-law. Now,
he thought he was the head of a different players association.
Whoa, hold on, wait.
Yes, he had an affair with his sister-in-law. So this became known. He has now resigned. And I just want to point out before we get into the act, there's a way more important side of the story that we will get to in a minute. The baseball side of this is you are less than 12 months away from what is predicted to be the most contentious labor negotiations
the biggest
they've ever had.
Yeah.
Almost everyone who's anyone around baseball says we're going to miss baseball games in 2027.
100%.
Because the owners are now demanding a salary cap, and Bryce
Players
Harper, among others, has told them to F off.
Yeah.
In Bryce Harper's case, literally to the commissioner's face, told him to F off and get out of the clubhouse. So, yeah, the guy who
people end up in ditches like that.
That's what's allegedly was sent back to Bryce Harper by one of Rob Manfred's minions. So the whole point is, I don't want to know about him. Anyway, so Major League Baseball's Players Association is losing their executive director in this climate, with a year to go or less before those negotiations. You want to head that off the past. Now you're going to have someone new in that position. That's not ideal.
So I was talking. I was in the Cleveland chat, the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show chat, and Jason Lloyd, Jay Crawford, and Adam the Bull is all like the baseball guys. They're like huge experts on it, and they were saying that whoever the next guy is up under them is like an even better negotiator. So actually, it could work out in the players' favor.
That's
that
good.
Doing this, this is happening.
The concern is it's a new face in this. You're right. I'm sure whoever's in the lineage there.
It's Bruce Meyer. Bruce Meyer is the interim executive director that they expect to be the guy that leads the negotiations, and they saying like he's really good.
All right. Well, let's hope that stops it from getting to a point where and even if he is the best negotiator in the world, it still may not stop this from happening. But having a new face there who's not been a part of these negotiations, you're right. Maybe it could be a good thing. But on the surface, it looks like it could be a problem. Here is the real question from this situation. And this is where I want to take the discussion is, was this his brother's wife?
That's what I was about to ask.
Or his wife's sister.
That's what I was going to ask.
And which one's worse? We don't know the answer on which one this is. But apparently, whoever this person is, he gave this person a job, and then they had this inappropriate relationship. So that was part of what caused the issue. Was they looked at it and said, why does his sister-in-law work at Major League in the Players Association? And then it came to light, they actually have an inappropriate relationship.
Is it his brother's wife or his wife's sister?
To answer your question,
that's both of them.
Both of them is awful.
Probably
brother's wife is way worse.
I think so.
You're doubly disloyal. Yeah. You don't care about your brother or your wife.
No, like if you, put it this way.
To look at it. Like
it is. I think that's where you go, because I'm looking at it from the standpoint of, if you cheat on your wife with her sister, now, either way, someone in this situation is going to lose a sibling and a spouse, right? Because if let's say he cheated with his brother's wife, well, then obviously that marriage is probably falling apart, and the brother's probably never speaking to you again.
We could figure this out. Does he have a brother?
You know what? I don't want to know.
Because I have to know.
Now I know. Of course I want to know. But I'm saying, but I feel like if you cheat with your wife's sister, that feels like you're basically saying, well, I don't like her anyway, and now I'm just having this fling with the sister-in-law, and then that's it, and now I'm never going to see these people again. That's different than because then you can go talk to your brother about it, wow, yeah, that was kind of crazy, but you'd still have your brother. You know what I mean? If you go out and ruin that relationship with someone that you've known your entire life, even before any of the marriages and stuff, that's a whole nother level. They're both bad. Don't get me wrong. Your marriage is ending either way.
He does have a brother named Greg.
Okay. So is this Greg's wife?
I'm trying to figure that out.
He's obviously, apparently, I don't know. I guess we don't know if Tony Clark is married.
We got to go to break.
All right. Let's find out who Tony Clark's spouse is and see.
Find out.
What if his wife has like 12 sisters, and it's just like
then Dylan would say it's even less. It would come down a little bit even less.
He thought this was the Players' Ball, not the Players' Association.
That's exactly right. I want a reality show about this now. I want to find out what's going on with these people. All right, so we have that. We're going to find out. Hopefully, we'll try to get to the bottom of how did Tony Clark cheat with his sister-in-law? What kind of sister-in-law was it? And also, Ohio State, Michigan. It's so valuable, it might be worth just spinning off into its own thing, at least according to one prominent columnist. We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Noticing our first crash of our Wednesday morning, and it's happening on the west side. It's really affecting that 270 northbound direction at Cemetery Road. Folks, expect some lane closures this morning. Got some police cars on scene involving some semis as well, so take it nice and easy, and obviously just go slow. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Last pass to Columbus Chill in the 26 F-150. Grab 2.9% APR financing for 60 months. With Beasley Power, all-wheel grip, and smart tech to conquer any weather. Capital Ford opens the gates for every credit story. Pre-approve online in seconds, zero drama. Fuel your 2026 fire. Charge to Capital Ford of Columbus and Whitehall, or visit us online at capitalfordofcolumbus.com. Hurry in. These deals are melting fast.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you've ever had somebody do work at your house, it's annoying as crap, at least to me, when someone shows up to your house that you never met, you've never worked with, and you didn't hire to do the job. Subcontractors, I understand why they exist, but for me, I want to work with a company that's going to bring people who know what they're doing, who are trained by the company to put their product in. On time, on budget, no surprises at the end. That's what Baths R Us does every single time. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. And the big difference with them, they have local crews. They never sub out the work. The people who show up to your door, they're trained by Baths R Us. They're actually employees of the company, not some random crew they hired last week. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space that you're proud of, they build it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call them today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. Kind of a rare thing these days. Call them today, 380-225-BATH. That's 380-225-BATH. Baths R Us. Bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. It's Skyway time at Skyline Chili. Come get your Skyline 3, 4, or 5-way with 50% extra cheese at no extra charge. Regular and large ways only at participating Skyline restaurants for a limited time.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Well, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Hey, Columbus, big news. For a limited time, get Uber One free for a full year so you can save on food and rides. That's a $96 value on us. Just use code Columbus. Get 1 year of $0 delivery fees, 10% off eligible food and grocery orders, and up to 6% Uber One credits on rides. Sign up for this limited time offer today using code Columbus and save big with Uber One. Offer valid through 3/31/26. Savings and $0 delivery fee on eligible orders and rides only. Fees and terms apply. See app for details.
Join us for Diamond Seller's Wedding Weekend, February 27th and 28th. We guarantee the best price year-round, and Wedding Weekend adds an advantage you won't find anywhere else. Enjoy preferred bridal pricing up to 30% off for one weekend only. Visit Diamond Seller February 27th and 28th.
Hey, it's Anthony. So I was recently asked how I've been doing in my personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store. And I paused and I said, you know what? Pretty darn good. Because it reminded me what I was dealing with a couple years ago. My personal journey. I had plantar fasciitis, that horrible heel pain. If I was on my feet for a while, my lower back would be on fire. And now, honestly, none of that. Zero issues with my feet since I started wearing them. I have my Good Feet arch supports in every day. I feel supported. I feel aligned. And now that I feel better, it's made all the difference. I want to work out more. I want to go out more. Just be more active. I'm telling you, over the last couple of years, my health, my energy, my quality of life has all been affected in a really positive way. They've really helped me keep the pain away. The guys ask me all the time, do I really have them in today? Yes, I do, and I'll take my shoes off upon request to show you. Go take the free test walk. The Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway and Stringtown Road in Grove City. Get started at goodfeet.com.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The basketball Buckeyes dominated the number 24 Wisconsin Badgers last night, 86-69. Bruce Thornton had a game-high 27 points, and Devin Royal added 25 of his own. The Buckeyes will travel to East Lansing and take on Sparty this Sunday at 1 o'clock. The team up north is the number one team in the country, and they travel to Purdue and beat the 7th-ranked Boilermakers 91-80. The 22nd-ranked Miami Redhawks are still undefeated after defeating UMass 86-77. And finally, the 10th-ranked Ohio State women's basketball team will try to get back in the win column when they take on number 23 Minnesota on the road tonight at 8. This update was sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union, voted best credit union for the past 8 years in a row by CBUS Top Picks. Visit bmifcu.org to learn more. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Remember the time producer Dylan said that Alabama should be in the playoffs and that Tyvis started yelling at him? Those were good times. And remember later that day when Tyvis punched him in the face? Oh, classic stuff. Here's T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right, I'm not 100% sure. I'm more like 67% sure that it was his brother's wife.
That's
67%. So you can't quote me on this.
Former Major League Baseball Players Association Director Tony Clark, who had resigned due to an inappropriate relationship, it says, with his sister-in-law. And that's bad. And I'm sure there's lots of other real good questions asked about that. But the only one I have, as soon as I heard that story, is this his brother's wife or his wife's sister? Because either way, it's bad. Either way, someone is losing a spouse and a sibling, right? Because if it's the wife and it's her sister, she's like, well, I'm divorcing this a-hole.
And I'm never talking to you again.
I'm never talking to you again. You cheated on my husband.
Like, yeah, I think it's the brother. I think it's his brother's wife.
And obviously,
I'm 67% sure, Dylan. 67%.
I mean, and if that's the case, then Tony Clark is never getting to talk to his brother again. And
you know, it depends.
It depends?
Depends.
You're telling me.
First of all, some people in the other.
You have a brother. You're telling me if you found out your brother, like, again, I don't want to put this on anybody. I'm just saying, you're telling me if you found out.
If my brother Tashawn was having was cheating. Was doing my wife Lauren.
Just okay. I was trying to be delicate. You're just throwing it all out there. Okay.
And I found out it would depend on right now today. I'd probably try to fight my brother every time I seen him. It'd be on site.
Yes, but you don't know mend the fences on that.
Yeah, because you don't know the relationship of Tony and Francis is his wife now. You don't know what their relationship. They might be like distant lovers. Like they might be staying together for the kids.
Oh, maybe.
So, okay. Yeah, but they hate each other. It could be that. So it's like I don't really care.
So, all right. So wait, but so you're saying
they might be into that.
You're saying if he cheated, however he cheated, the wife might stay with him if it was. I guess if it was the brothers.
No, she leaving regardless. But like I'm saying,
I said you're losing your spouse. Yeah, and then. I'm saying
he might not be mad at his brother because it's like, well, me and her didn't have a good relationship anyway. So you just kind of helped us get out of the whole thing.
That's a wild way to do it.
It is, but it happens.
Like, if I presume, I'm thinking, let's say, because so on the chat, YouTube chat, Coach Beard says, according to his AI thing that he put it into, it says it was his brother's wife.
I told you, I'm 67% sure after doing some research.
So let's just live there for a second. If it is that, then you're saying that Tony Clark's brother, what's his name?
Greg
Clark. Greg and his wife, let's say they look across the breakfast table at each other. They're eating their croissants and drinking their coffee, and they're just like, I can't stand you. Greg, you don't think calls Tony up and is like, I can't stand being with her. She just is so cold. We don't have anything in common. We were only in this for the kids, and now they're grown, and I just can't stand her. And then your brother that you confide this to is like, oh, yeah, it's really tough. I feel for you, man. Hope that works out. And then, like, a few minutes later, you just are in the room going, like, what's that noise? And then you walk in, and it's that? Like, that? Come on.
I mean,
Tony Clark's in there? Like, then
you know what you do?
Your brother's dead to you.
You walk in, and you see that. You immediately pull your phone out and record it so you got evidence when you go to court that this happened.
Yes. And like I said,
you start
the
cheering.
relationship with your brother and your wife is done. Either way, Tony Clark's a dog. Like, there's also that. Like, that, I mean, that's wild that he's cheating with his sister-in-law, but all right. Good times. It's you know what? These stories are fun for me because at least it makes you realize maybe as effed up as your family is, might not be as effed up as that.
The relationship might be messed up. Tony, like, you know what? I don't really like her. I don't really love her no more. I need a way out of this.
See, I have so many other, like, you know that hotel chair they have now that everybody talks about? Like, what?
Diller, am I wrong, Diller?
What if Greg was just sitting there watching?
Tony was telling Greg, like, I don't really, we sticking around for the kids, but the love ain't there. They say when your brother
then is the one who's like, oh, I got inside info, and now I'm going to use it to make a move. Like, that's scumbag.
He was helping his brother out. I'm gonna help you get out of this divorce.
I mean, I've heard the phrase "help a brother out," but I do not think that's what it means. I've never thought that was.
I'm just trying to figure out a way to formulate this question in 100 characters or less in the YouTube.
Oh yeah, because I wanted to put. I do want it to be.
It seems like I'm distracted and not participating. That's why.
I think it's just literally what's the worst scenario? What's the worst way to cheat with your sister-in-law? Is it your wife's? What is that? Your wife's sister
or your brother's
wife? Yeah,
we're borderlining on 100 characters. With that. I'll figure it out.
All right.
That's why I get paid the very little that I get paid to figure out stuff.
You can go answer that in the YouTube chat. Also, it's Ask Tyvis Anything Day coming up at 7:30. We'll ask Tyvis anything. So get your Ask Tyvis Anything questions in now. One of two ways: at Bone and Tyvis 971 on Twitter, or you can go to the YouTube chat and post it there as well. So. This is an interesting bit of audio from Dan Wetzel from ESPN, longtime, covering of college sports, journalist, columnist, all the above, opinion haver on college sports, but he also covers the sport. This is what he said about Ohio State, Michigan, and Penn State and how valuable these properties are compared to the rest of the Big Ten.
We got Ohio State, we got Penn State, and we got Michigan. And we put you three of you together and say, look, why are you floating the rest of these guys? Because if we had your football rights for your three schools and you all play each other, and maybe we bring in USC or Oregon, or maybe we get a little scheduling deal with Notre Dame. We have 5 or 6 every week. We have a big time game. And then you go out and schedule everything else as kind of an independent. You're not independent, but you're not. I've heard estimates that Ohio State-Michigan game alone is worth $200 million in terms of media rights, sponsorship, all the stuff. That's $100 million for each school. That's more than they make in the entire Big Ten. The Big Ten pays them like $78 million. If you had this one game as independents or in a little group, and then we throw in the Ohio State-Penn State game and the Michigan-Penn State game, and maybe we add a couple of these others, and then you take all your other, go play in the MAC for your other leagues or whatever you want to schedule out. And all of a sudden Ohio State's making a couple $100 million in media. All these schools are going from 78 million in media to, I don't know, 150, 200.
I mean, he's not wrong. It's an incredible number to say it's $200 million for this game. I'm not saying that Ohio State should leave the Big Ten by any stretch. I'm actually against that. What I'm pointing out is that $200 million for one college football game, you're talking $500 million for one game. that the power that Ohio State and Michigan, because of their shared rivalry, have in the Big Ten should never be underestimated. Ever. Like, you should never have a situation where the AD of either school comes in and goes, well, we want to do this, but Northwestern doesn't like it and Purdue doesn't like it. Too bad. Do what you want and threaten to leave if they don't come along. You should have the ultimate power. You should be the Death Star in that universe. That's the way it should be with Ohio State and Michigan. And sure, Penn State, and if you want to throw in Oregon and USC or whatever, fine. But, like, that's the game that floats the Big Ten, as Dan Wetzel said. I don't disagree with that.
We've been talking about this for years. Ohio State is they have integrity. They, for some odd reason, don't want to always use the trump card. They don't want to have the big joker. They don't want to play that. They always want to be like, you know what, we're trying to do what's best for the conference. We're going to stay here to help the rest of the conference get better and get views and all of those things. I mean, heck, they sacrifice every big game to play at noon just for the betterment of the conference. That's exactly
what I'm talking about.
And it's just how they are. That's just how they operate over there. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I get what Dan is saying as well. Like, if you took this and said, you know, we leaving the Big Ten. First of all, I don't know if you could do that legally. But
there will come a time where that comes up.
Right, yeah. If those three teams left the Big Ten, there is no Big Ten. Like,
absolutely,
it's over with. Like, it will crash and burn with everybody else.
What was the Pac-12 without USC, Oregon, UCLA, and Washington?
Crashed and burned. Well, they back now.
Yeah, as
the Mountain West, I think, combined, right?
Yes, when you start seeing it again, because you're going to see it, I think it's this year where that comes in, where you're going to say, oh yeah, a Pac-12 team, and then the name next to it, you're going to go, who? What? Her? Like that, it's not going to make any sense. But you're right, that's what the Big Ten would be. So I think it raises a larger question. Is that something that you would want to see as an Ohio State fan? Would you be in favor if it meant now you can have as many night games as you want? Now you can go out and call your shots, do whatever you want to do when it comes to, you know, making your schedule. You don't have to play a Purdue. You don't have to play some of these loser programs if you don't want to. You can play better games. You could play Notre Dame every year if you want to, all that stuff. Would you be in favor of leaving the Big Ten as an Ohio State fan? We'll unpack that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Wednesday morning. Well, folks, we are noticing a big crash over on the west side by Hilliard. It's happening on 270 northbound at Cemetery Road, where all lanes are completely blocked. We do have a portion closed as well, basically on 270 from Cemetery Road all the way towards that 270 and 70 intersection. Yeah, we are talking a couple miles. We also have ramps closed because of this. That 70 westbound ramp to 270 northbound, as well as 70 eastbound. That ramp to 270 northbound, you cannot get through. As for that detour, taking Dublin Road or Riverside Drive will save you a lot of time this morning heading up towards Dublin and back on 270 northbound. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
Attention men, if you wake up and you feel like you got hit by a truck, if your waistband keeps creeping out, if your bedroom game is rated M for missing, you feel it, she notices it, and you're not alone. For many guys, this is ED and low testosterone. That's where Columbus Men's Clinic, powered by Men's Pro, comes in. We didn't copy men's health trends. We built a playbook since 2014. Labs in minutes, in-person care for better results, urology-backed science. A recent 54-year-old patient told us, I feel like I'm 30 again. He's crushing it at work and back in the gym, lifting like he did years ago. Oh, in his words, not mine, fun is back in the bedroom. I feel like a beast. Another guy said, they treated me like a person, not a patient. I wish I came in sooner. We have treatments that work for over 92% of men, even when the pills fail. And this month, when you start a treatment plan, your first month is on us. Call 614-300-7400. That's 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Hi, the Scott Antique Markets are back again at the Ohio Expo Center, featuring hundreds of vendors with collectibles and merchandise from all over the world. The market is one weekend monthly, November through March. Build your family heirlooms. You can find everything that gets old. Just take I-71 to exit 111 to enjoy America's favorite treasure hunt. Visit thescottantiquemarket.com for more information. Come join us at the Ohio Expo Center for the Scott Antique Markets. It's huge. It's the Scott Antique Markets this weekend. Hi, the Scott Antique Markets are back again at the Ohio Expo Center, featuring hundreds of vendors with collectibles and merchandise from all over the world. The market is one weekend monthly, November through March. Build your family heirlooms. You can find everything that gets old. Just take I-71 to exit 111 to enjoy America's favorite treasure hunt. Visit thescottantiquemarket.com for more information. Come join us at the Ohio Expo Center for the Scott Antique Markets. It's huge. It's the Scott Antique Markets this weekend.
All your favorite and least favorite fan shows are available wherever you get your podcasts. Just type in 971 The Fan to the search bar and hit that subscribe button. It's free.
We're the land of the free and the home of the sunburnt, freckled fat guy.
Do it now. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Cloudy and mild to kick off the day, and then we could see some showers develop by late morning into the early afternoon, eventually wrapping up and becoming mostly sunny with highs in the low 60s and gusty winds. For tonight, increasing clouds with our lows in the 40s, and for Thursday, a mostly cloudy day with highs in the low 60s. Chances of rain develop later into the afternoon and evening, with some thunderstorms possible overnight, some which could be on the stronger side. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
We are your radio home for the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. We may have a bit of a football problem. Oh, yeah. The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Every time Tyvis laughs, take a drink. Just kidding. You'd be dead in 30 seconds. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
The YouTube poll today is Tony Clark, the MLBPA director, cheated with his sister-in-law, is what the story is, and he resigned because of this, and we want to know, is it worse if it was his wife's sister or his brother's wife? So far, 67% of you say worse if it was his brother's wife, which is what it appears to have been, according to the internet. So
67% sure it was his brother's wife.
Yeah. I mean, that's not good. Like that would not be okay. I thought that was worse too. Now, I have a brother. You have a brother.
I do.
I have a brother.
Does your wife have a sister?
No, my wife has only a brother.
Okay. Well, that would also break some news if that happened. But, see, in my family, because my wife has a sister, but she's a lesbian. So if I pulled that off, it would actually be quite a feat. Because then I think I would have some game I wasn't aware of that I was able to do that. But yeah, that's
made her reconsider.
You know what? I mean, hey, I'm just saying that would be newsworthy one way or the other. So, yeah, you can weigh in on that. But the other thing we've been discussing today, and this is coming from Dan Wetzel talking about how Ohio State and Michigan is worth $200 million. That game, TV rights, $200 million. Split that at two ways. It's $100 million apiece. Easy math, but that's as much or a little bit more than what the Big Ten currently pays Ohio State.
They get around 80.
Yeah. So question becomes, what stops an Ohio State and Michigan and maybe a Penn State, Oregon, USC from saying, screw the Big Ten. We'll just all do our own thing. We'll pair up maybe with some other schools who are willing to do this from their conferences. We'll have our little super conference. We'll play as independents otherwise. We'll just take the show on the road.
But you know what would happen if that happened? Let's say it was Ohio State, the Wolverines, Penn State, Oregon, and USC. Let's say those five. So you know what? Forget this. We leaving the Big Ten. Then the SEC would say, oh?
Mm-hmm.
And they'll say Georgia, Alabama, and whoever, and three more other schools will be like, well, let's all get together and just say, forget our conferences and let's just be together and go up against, we'll have 10 teams. The winner of this 10 teams will probably be the national champion.
Yeah.
They make way more than $200 million.
I mean, this is just a different version of the two super conference thing that we've heard because, like you said, Tyvis, if the Big Ten or the top 3 Big Ten schools went ahead and led something like this, you're right, the SEC schools would follow suit.
Right. Well, and this is where I feel like we're going down a pathway with these discussions. And I want to be clear, Dan Wetzel, he even said on this podcast where he said these comments, he said, I'm not advocating for this. I don't think this is a good thing to do. I am not of the opinion that Ohio State and Michigan should leave the Big Ten. I don't think they should do that because I think we're getting to a point with sports where we are trying to optimize everything to be the greatest thing ever in the history of ever every single week. We are trying to make every game have a last minute, 2 minutes to go, and they're down by 6, and the star quarterback is out there, and can he drive down the field and win the game? We need that now to be interested in sports, and I think that's a problem. I don't think it's good for sports that we're now at a point where unless it's Ohio State playing Georgia or Notre Dame playing Texas or USC playing Miami, that then now no one's interested and no one cares, no one wants to watch these games. I do think it would be good for the health of the sport for the Big Ten to remain the Big Ten, for the SEC to remain the SEC. You know why? Because college football is at its best when you have tradition. And some of your traditions are Ohio State and Michigan. Some of them are that Ohio State goes out to Ross-Ade Stadium and more of our fans are there than Purdue fans. Like, that's also a tradition that I enjoy. Like, some of the traditions are excellent, great. Some of them are kind of goofy, quirky, and weird, but all of it together makes what we know as the collective experience that is college football. You know, if you start ripping the fabric apart of that and go, well, take this part off and take that part off, and who needs that dumb Illibuck trophy anyway? It's just a wooden turtle. Like, at some point, you lose the essence of college football, and you just have, like, hey, Nike is playing Amazon, and, you know, Pepsi is playing Coke, and it's like, we're just watching brands play each other, but the essence of what made those brands great is just going to evaporate. That's not good for college sports.
LW makes a very strong point in the chat. He says, Tyvis will be out of a job. The network will have massive layoffs without the big three. So I am against it.
That was like a beautiful explanation of you painted a portrait of college football, and all Tyvis cares about is losing one of his 10 jobs that he has.
Hey,
don't worry.
I got a kid on the way.
But you know though, and I saw someone make this point online that like Amazon or Apple could do this tomorrow. Like, they've got more money than they know what to do with. Hell, it could even be something not that. It could be like Tesla could do it. You know, like some company that's not even in media could just say, we want to own this property. It will make us money. We'll hire people to start a network. Like, if someone wanted to, the answer is it could be done. That Ohio State, Michigan, and other schools could leave, form their own thing, and go get billions of dollars. The question is, at what point do we just lose it being college football? We're already well down that pathway anyway. Do you want to just rip the Band-Aid off, pull the plug, and say, college football, let it go, we don't need it? Or do you want some of these traditions to still be around? I still want the Big Ten.
You want the traditions.
I want the traditions.
But this is the question that needs to be asked. Let's say that it was 5 teams out of the Big Ten that say, you know what, we're going independent, we're going to start our own thing. Which media company do you think will pay the highest for this?
Dude. Well,
because Fox historically is the Big Ten.
Of course.
Will Fox be like, we give you X amount of dollars, or do you think NBC or CBS, or would it be like Apple or something like that jump into this mix?
Well, that's what I'm saying is it would be a company that has Google with YouTube TV.
Right.
Amazon.
Imagine if it was the only way you could watch Ohio State and Michigan is if you have a YouTube TV subscription. I don't even want to say that because I don't want to put that in their heads because they will attempt to do it. I don't like this. What I'm saying is we have to at some point acknowledge that the things we love about sports are not all related to the game coming down to it being the greatest game of all time. That's a problem I had, to go to a different topic. The basketball tournament. You know that thing? They have a thing. TBT, yeah. With all the like former players from different colleges that go and represent their schools.
Carmen's crew.
Yeah. Yep. They do the Elam ending in those games. And if you don't know the Elam ending, the idea is you at the end of a certain time period, there becomes a percentage of whatever the number is, and that's the point total. The first team to reach that point total wins. Okay. And so that creates every game a game-winning shot. It's not like the clock just runs out and you're in the lead. You have to get to a certain score. The first team that gets there wins. So when someone, even if they're up 10, when they hit that shot, it's technically the game-winning shot. Mm-hmm. And I always have had a problem with that, not because, I mean, it's a clever idea, but I've had a problem with it because it's taking away the notion that, like, you can just be satisfied with your team winning by 12 and the clock ends and you're up 12. Like last night for Ohio State basketball, was that unsatisfying to you that Ohio State throttled Wisconsin?
No.
Wasn't to me. It felt great. But I didn't need there to be a buzzer beater for that to feel great. It felt great because it was earned. Ohio State's been through some ups and downs clearly this year. That was a big up for this team. It felt great. That's what sports are supposed to be. And I just feel like we're getting to this notion now where it's like, well, unless it's Ohio State playing Michigan every week, and in the prime time that I want it, and in the, you know, also my popcorn has to be the right temperature, and my beer has to be this brand of beer, like,
but is it
then I can't enjoy the game. And it's like, we got to get away from that. We got to get back to just liking the game. We got to like ball.
I feel like the time slot thing is overblown at this point. Like I'm
kind of with you.
To me, like at this point, I could care less if it's 12, 3, or 8 or 7. Like that doesn't matter to me anymore.
Go ahead, Dylan.
I want to go back to what you said earlier about the tradition of college football. This is just another step in conference realignment. If something like this were to happen, and it's like, oh, we want big matchups all the time, and we only want big boys playing big boys. We already have that. It's called the NFL. So we're going to turn college football into watered-down NFL.
Isn't that where it's headed anyway?
Yeah, and this will just push it even further in that. And like you mentioned, like, oh, like traditions like Ohio State going to Purdue and having more fans. You know what is also great about that? When Purdue out of nowhere one year beats Ohio State.
Whoa,
not just upsets in general.
You better pick a different example. All right, we ain't new. No, you say Purdue beat the Wolverines or something. Right. Don't
it's
do
not
that.
As big as
all right,
don't
do that.
To help Tyvis, Appalachian State against Michigan.
Yes, thank you.
Like that. Thank you. Upsets like that. When the Browns beat the Chiefs, that doesn't send a ripple through the sport.
That's supposed to happen.
But when Appalachian State beats Michigan, that's being talked about. We bring that up to Michigan fans how many ever years later? We're not going to have that anymore.
Right.
If Ohio State's not playing the Purdue's anymore and they're only playing Penn State, Notre Dame, Michigan, USC, Oregon every week.
That's not because there's only you won't fill out a whole schedule like that. You'll still have some MAC
like this guy. What this guy said, what was it, Wetzel?
Dan Wetzel.
Wetzel, yeah.
He said he would fill out the rest of the schedule with MAC schools. And what's the difference between them playing Ohio and them playing insert middle of the road Big Ten team here?
Right. I mean, to your point. Will there be a specialness if after you get, oh, hey, they played Ohio for the first time at Ohio, or they like if they did something like that, okay, fine. At the end of the day, you're just going to be in the same boat where it's like, oh, now they got to go to this school that no one cares about, or we could be going to Purdue. Like the Big Ten rivalries should matter. And I'm not saying Ohio State Purdue's a great Big Ten rival, but that is the essence of college football is the Big Ten has these teams in these games. It's cold and gray and muddy at Ross-Ade usually. It's not exactly bright and sunny. That's fine. That's part of the good and the bad of college football is what I'm saying. You don't always just get the up. You got to have the ups and the downs to enjoy sports, in my opinion. But maybe I'm in the minority on that. Maybe everybody now wants to go to a point where it's just all I want are top 5 matchups every year, and we're going to leave everybody. We're going to exclude everybody else.
I think it's one of the things that people think they want, but when they get it, it might not be as fun as they think.
One of the biggest sports stories of the year was the fact that Indiana did what they did. Not that we're all thrilled about that here in Columbus. However, that wouldn't have happened if this idea of, like, let's take the big boys and leave, 5 years ago, Indiana would not even be in that discussion. It never would have happened.
Yes, they would, because that was COVID, and that's when Michael Penix was there.
That's right.
They lost like 1 or 2 games in the Big Ten.
Okay, 10 years ago, that would have been fine. All right. Ask Tyvis Anything is coming up next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Still noticing some significant delays after a big crash on the west side. A big portion is closed on 270 northbound, basically from Cemetery Road all the way towards that 70 intersection out there, folks. Make sure to take Riverside Drive or Dublin Road to get all around it. We also have a disabled vehicle we are still watching over on the east side. The left shoulder is blocked on 270 northbound at State Route 16 West Broad Street. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Let me ask you something. When's the last time a contractor did exactly what they said they would? On time, on budget, didn't give you any surprises at the end. With Baths R Us, there are no surprises. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. On time, on budget. And here's the difference with Baths R Us. They have local crews, never subcontracted. The people who show up to your door, they're trained Baths R Us employees. They aren't just some random crew that got hired last week and has no idea what they're doing in your home. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space you're proud of, Baths R Us builds it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. 380-225-BATH. That's to call Baths R Us and deal with a company that started right here in Ohio and grew by word of mouth. Because they treat people right. They do what they say they're going to do. 380-225-BATH to call Baths R Us. Baths R Us. Bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
The nightmare of the cleared drain. Those drain clearing specials from the other guys seem like a great deal until you realize the only thing really going down your drain is your money. At the Waterworks, we mean clean. Our service doesn't just clear your drains, it cleans them too. It's done right the first time, so that nightmare of a drain becomes a dream come true. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call 614-232-2222 to get started.
The two most mature people working at the radio station, and that's just because they wear pants. The pervert and the skivvies. Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays at noon.
The Fan. If your kid is complaining about not wanting to go to school, blast the volume on this show. You won't have any more problems. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
So yesterday, it was the final day of my daughter's basketball camp, and they celebrate that by just letting them play games for like 40 minutes. They just played games. And I got to watch my oldest and youngest because my wife was coaching and she only had 5 kids. So they played the entire time, which kids can handle this.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm sitting there and I'm watching my oldest, Lay, play this game. And Lay, for people that don't know, Lay is 5 and Milani is 3. Lay is taller than everybody. So I'm watching this giant play this game. And I remember before I had kids, I would always hate the kid that's like bigger than everybody and just be out there just doing whatever because they bigger than everybody.
Right.
But when it's my kid, I smile.
Yeah,
I would watch this kid.
You're a giant hypocrite.
Just go coast to coast and just try to dunk the ball. I'm just like, it was like stealing.
Oh,
It was almost like stealing. And then anytime this happens, there's always going to be some haters out there. And the hater today is Dylan.
What did Dylan say?
Because Dylan sends me a message talking about. So I posted a clip of her. She was playing defense. It was a loose ball. She gets the loose ball. She bounces it, gets down the court, and she takes a gather step.
I saw the video. It was a Giannis level gather step. It was.
He gonna talk about some Giannis and like Giannis traveling, and I'm like, nah, that's a gather step.
What I said
She's 5, by the way.
She learned that move from watching Tyvis watch Giannis.
Oh, there you go.
So
it was a gather
step.
step.
Yeah.
The gather step.
Definitely.
I got to ask you guys a question about my kid.
Okay.
So it was her birthday yesterday.
Oh, her birthday's the 17th,
Yes.
the day after mine.
Yes.
She shares it with Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Unfortunately.
Wow.
So I feel like her birthday somehow has been either falling on the weekend or on President's Day recently. Like Tyvis's birthday was on President's Day. And so she had a weekday birthday. And I feel like that's lame, but it was still her birthday. So I took her to do all this stuff yesterday, but then I also feel somewhat obligated to do more stuff with her this weekend when she doesn't have school and stuff.
You should have
Does
did
that
it
make
last
sense?
week. You should have did it last
Well,
week.
I got a split parenting situation. I didn't have her last weekend. Her mother had her last weekend, so I'll have her this weekend. This is the weekend closest to her birthday, but it's like, is that the boat you guys are in? Like weekday birthday, you feel like you got to do something with them, but then you also need to do something at like the closest weekend. And how does that affect you financially? Because I'm in the hole right now over this birthday situation.
Well, you know what? While we're here, that's a perfect time because you're asking a question. Tyvis is here. Let's let him answer.
Get to know your resident national champion. It's time for Ask Tyvis Anything.
Yeah, Tyvis, what do you do for birthdays for the kids? Do you do like the on their day they get something and then they still have the party on the weekend? How do you do that?
Yeah, I've done that before. I think I was in a similar situation either last year or the year before where I was like that. It was during the weekend. I want to say we did my oldest's party the week before, that weekend before her birthday, where everybody came and we had like a pool party. Hers is in the summer, so her uncle got a pool, so therefore she always has a pool party. You better find, if you're in the hole, you better find something free, my friend. Yes, that's what I would suggest to you.
Well, it's like yesterday I took her to the trampoline park and IHOP, and then this weekend I'm taking her to like this indoor water park, and she's going to Disney on Ice.
Yeah, I mean
you're such a great father.
That is very good.
I mean, I'm complaining about it, so does that make me great?
No,
yes,
fine.
because even though it's financially put you in the hole, you still want to do it because you want to see your kid happy.
Yeah,
that's a great father.
To answer not that you, I mean, I would just add that if you do something special for the kid on their actual birthday, that needs to be the case. But if it's a school day, you can't like, hey, no school,
You shouldn't have
and
did
we're
it.
having a party with all your friends. Like that's going to happen on the weekend. You shouldn't have two separate times.
Yeah, it's kind of your fault. You shouldn't have did too much yesterday. You should have been like, hey, we ain't gonna do nothing. I'm gonna get you a cake. We're gonna celebrate. I'll maybe get you some food.
But Saturday
is the day. That's what you should have did. But
her argument, because I let her manipulate me, is. But today is my actual birthday.
Yes,
Dad.
no, so you do something special for like dinner, or you get her a couple presents, whatever. Then you still have the main stuff on the weekend. I think that's the way to play it. Here's an Ask Tyvis. This one comes from Joe. Joe H. says, do you own your own vehicle, or do you just bum off Cardell?
So you want the truth? The truth of the matter is, so before I had kids, I did have my own. Me and my wife had our own vehicle. She had a Trailblazer, Chevy Trailblazer, and I had a Challenger. And when we were pregnant with the first one, she said, well, I need to have a bigger vehicle.
Sure.
And I was like, okay. So we took her Trailblazer and my Challenger and combined them and got one Tahoe truck.
I see.
So since then, I gave her that. I said, that's your Tahoe. I said, I don't really need a vehicle like that. So I have not went back out to get my own vehicle. So technically, I am vehicle-less because that's her Tahoe. So since Cardell has two vehicles, he might as well. He can't drive both of them at the same time.
Right. So he lets you.
So he lets me use his Tesla to go to Cleveland.
That is amazing.
It's either that or I'll rent a car.
But here's the thing. Like, you say you don't need a car. You literally go up to Cleveland twice a week.
Well, this was before. This decision was made before I had that job.
But now.
What about when you had the Browns job? You go up there three times a week sometimes.
I know it.
I'm saying now, Tyvis, things have changed. Also, when was your firstborn? You just said she's 5.
She's 5. 2020.
So for 5 years, you haven't had your own ride? Like separate of your wife's?
That's
like
right.
You guys. Tyvis, we got it. You know what? Do you want my job?
Carpool.
I'll give you my job. So you can have like two of you. Can just do this show solo. So you can afford a car.
I can't carpool.
You can, but like I would see. I couldn't live like that because I got to always call my friend and be like, "Hi, can I borrow your car again?"
No.
I can't do that.
I mean, yeah, but no.
Yes
and no. Yes and no.
I need my own. I need my own.
Tyvis,
Shout out to Bust the Bus, a.k.a. Cardio Eugene Jones.
Tyvis, I'm not going to call you cheap to your face.
What?
But you're very, very, very overly frugal.
I mean, you're cautious.
It's a Tesla. It's an electric car. It's not like the mileage on it matters.
Yours. Well, it does.
Get your own Tesla.
Okay.
No. All right. I can't afford it.
That's a whole. Okay.
I'm poor.
OSU Ohio fan for life says, if you hadn't gone to Ohio State, where would you have played college football? Actually, he gave his name. Chris from Columbus asked that question. Thank you, Chris.
For a long time, I was going to go to West Virginia. Then once recruiting picked up, it was really between Michigan State and Ohio State.
Really?
Yeah. Pat Narduzzi really wanted me to, because I guess Urban flipped one of their recruits. I want to say it was Savion Pittman. I want to say Savion Pittman was going to Michigan State, and he flipped them to come to OSU. And once that happened, they felt some type of way about it. So they was trying their hardest to get me to flip to Michigan State. And at the end, I told them, I just can't do it. I can't pass up this opportunity.
And they beat you.
Well,
then we won it all.
Let's not ruin the great story. They won it all, and then that other stuff happened. Let's just. Evan asks, can you name a player that would have had a better NFL career but was drafted to the wrong team or into a bad system? Ooh, that's a good question.
The first name that for some odd reason pops up is Vince Young. I feel like under Jeff Fisher, that wasn't a good thing. I didn't think he utilized him correctly. I think Jeff Fisher wanted to make him more of a traditional quarterback and not utilize him to his strengths. I think that's the thing when you look at a lot of these quarterbacks. Like I feel like Josh Allen or Pat Mahomes or Caleb Williams, like those guys, they play the game in a certain way that's non-traditional, and I feel like coaches, because it doesn't look the way that it's supposed to look, coaches is like, no, you shouldn't do that, and they try to coach them out. But the great coach will look at it and say, we're going to utilize that as a strength of yours and let you do it. So I think it takes the right coach to do that, and I just don't think Vince Young and Jeff seen eye to eye on that.
No, that's a solid point. You brought up, and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but you brought up the Arvell Reese. If he goes, that's a system, not that he's a system guy, but like, depending on how they want to deploy him in the NFL, will be very interesting. You're of the opinion he should go to a 3-4.
I feel the same way about Caleb Downs too.
Yeah,
I feel like if you put him in a post, he'll be fine. He could be a good player there, but I think you're undermining what his true abilities.
Okay. No, this is good. So Ask Tyvis Anything every Wednesday, 7:30, right here on T-Bone and Tyvis. Coming up next, I have a food lawsuit to tell you about. We'll get into that when we get back. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
A heads up for our west side drivers. Do note we are noticing a fatal crash right now on 270 northbound at Cemetery Road. All lanes closed from there all the way towards 270 and 70. That intersection closer towards Lincoln Village. We also have ramps that are closed because of it. 70 westbound, that ramp at 270 northbound, as well as that 70 eastbound ramp 270 in that area. We also have both directions of Roberts Road closed to 270. Folks, you cannot get through. As for the best detour, taking 70 westbound to 670 eastbound will be the way to go. Get you on Dublin Road or Riverside Drive northbound to 161 westbound towards Dublin and back on eventually 270 in that northbound direction. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
It's Timmy Hall here stepping in for the common man. You see, he decided to go to Italy when his Germain spot was due. Must be nice. You know what else is nice? Germain's month-long President's Day sale at all the locations listed at GoGermain.com. This month, all qualified pre-owned vehicles come with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty. On top of the $1,000 price promise, no one will sell you a car for less. Nearly 4,000 vehicles, 30 brands, one website. You can only find the savings and that warranty at GoGermain.com. Hope you enjoyed your cured meats, common man.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when needed. We show up with access to convenient care options and coverage that fits everyday life. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
Guys and ladies, get real about your health this new year with Synergenics and Low T Center. For a limited time, the men's TRT test is free. And the women's hormone test, normally $299, is only $99 now. And the weight loss consultation is free. You can walk in or book an appointment now at getmyhealthfix.com. So if you've been suffering from the symptoms of low testosterone, such as constant tiredness, lack of focus, or just feeling off, at Synergenics and Low T Center, you can meet with a real provider. You get real medication and you get real results. Plus, you can choose if you want to be treated in the clinic or if you want to receive at-home treatment. Either way, it all starts with a simple, quick, free TRT test at the center. The on-site lab means you get results in about 20 minutes. No waiting for days like other places. For a limited time, the women's hormone test only $99 and the men's test is free. Go to getmyhealthfix.com. That's getmyhealthfix.com.
I need a small order of sheet metal to repair something in the shop. It's not much, but can you help me out?
At Metal Supermarkets, no order is too small.
Wait, really?
Yep.
What about small home projects?
Yep.
For a car I'm working on?
Yep.
Any kind of metal?
Yep.
Cut to size?
Yep.
With no minimum order?
Yep.
How about 1,000 cut pieces of aluminum flat bar?
Yep. Choose from over 8,000 types, shapes, and grades of metal in any quantity you need. And yes, we're serious. Any metal, any size, ready fast. Locally owned on Wilson Road.
Hey folks, winter is here. The number one cost for everyone each month are those pesky heating bills that never stop increasing. It is time to take action and do something about it. Call USA Insulation today and get your home insulated with our premium foam for only $99 a month, interest-free. That's right, $99 a month. You can have a warm, cozy home that you and your family deserves. 529-2440, 529-2440, or USAinsulation.net.
USA Insulation.
Hey, Columbus, big news. For a limited time, get Uber One free for a full year so you could save on food and rides. That's a $96 value on us. Just use code Columbus. Get 1 year of $0 delivery fees, 10% off eligible food and grocery orders, and up to 6% Uber One credits on rides. Sign up for this limited time offer today using code Columbus and save big with Uber One. Offer valid through 3/31/26. Savings and $0 delivery fee on eligible orders and rides only. Fees and terms apply. See app for details.
Can't get enough of your favorite fan content? Good news, we're on all the digitals. Follow 971 The Fan on X, Facebook, YouTube, The Talk, and Gram. Your digital home for endless shenanigans. The Fan.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
One of these men is bald and fat. The other is T-Bone. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Snagglepuss just tweeted the show and said, Tyvis, what when you get done bumming Cardale's car, what car do you want?
Well, he called it Tony Clark in Cardale's vehicle. What type of car will you get?
Wow. Yeah.
I told him a Prius.
Oh, because you drive so much. That's right. Got to save on that gas. Yeah, of course. Tony Clarking Cardale's car. That's all right. That's a way to look at it. The MLBPA director stepping down because it was found out that he had an affair with his sister-in-law. And we have been saying all morning, was that his brother's wife or was that his wife's sister? I don't know that one's necessarily better than the other one. I think it's if you cheat with your brother's wife, that feels worse to me. But maybe that's because I have a brother and I just feel like that would be, I can put myself in either situation. I just feel like that one would be worse to do from this family. Because if
come home
your
and
family,
you see your brother and your wife in the bed.
Yeah, for that, like if it was that case for Tony Clark's brother, what's his name? Greg. Yeah, if Greg Clark comes home and finds out that's what's going on.
I came home and I seen my brother and Lauren in the bed. I'm going to jail.
Well, right. That's what I'm saying. But then also, who I would call if I found out my wife was cheating on me, the first person I would call would be my brother.
The first person.
And then now that you find out, I can't call him because he was the one doing it.
The first person I'm calling is Matt Fish. And I'm gonna say, Fish, you might need a fill-in. I'm gonna be gone for.
How considerate.
I need you to get me somebody to come in and fill in. I'm gonna need some PTO this week.
For the week? It's gonna be. Sounds like longer than that.
I feel like I might.
He could post bail.
I feel like I can get out on
Still
bail.
come do the show.
The next call would be Cardell. Hey, I got some money here. I need you to grab that and come bail me out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, gotcha. Because you're going to jail.
Tyvis is such a great person that even in cold blood, he would consider our boss.
Yeah, that's really good
and
of you.
Say, hey, I'm not going to be there.
I ain't gonna make it. We ain't gonna make it.
So I have this is an update on a food lawsuit for you. Okay. Back in March of 2023, a man filed a lawsuit in court, and a real judge actually had to look at this because it was a class action lawsuit against Buffalo Wild Wings. He accused them of false advertising.
Wings, beer, sports?
Well, here's why. He said when you go on their on their menu, and there's evidence of this, they have like pictures of it and stuff, it says wings. And then right underneath that, it says traditional or boneless.
Yes.
And boneless, they have listed right under wings. And he says this is false advertising because this meat is not from a chicken wing. This is essentially a glorified chicken nugget, which can be, breast meat or whatever it is. It's not wing meat. So it's not technically a boneless wing. It's like they ripped the bone out of the wing and then gave you that.
That's true.
Wait a minute. He sued them for
He filed a class action lawsuit, which of course would probably
Is he hurting for money?
I don't know, but I'm sure if he thought he could win millions of dollars because of this, he's probably thinking I've got something here. I'm going to go with this. Well, as the legal system tends to do, it's stained. It's been a while. However, that was in March of 2023. He filed that. Now, yesterday, a court has looked at this. District Court, Northern District of Illinois, Eastern Division. Judge John J. Tharp Jr., let him live, has issued a ruling. And he says that boneless wings are not a deceptive name for Buffalo Wild Wings to use, even though they are, quote, essentially chicken nuggets. That is from a judge calling boneless wings chicken nuggets. He said even though they're not deboned wings, his complaint has, quote, no meat on its bones. All right, great. Yay, we got the joke in. That's good. So here's my question. The judge has ruled that boneless wings are, in fact, fine to be called boneless wings. There's no issue there from a legal standpoint. Do you feel mad when you order a boneless wing and you don't get like the meat from I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want someone ripped the bones out and gave me the leftover husk.
A shredded chicken. That's what it'll come out.
Yeah, that's exactly how it would be.
No, I'm cool. I have no issue with boneless wings. As a matter of fact, Roosters has some of the best boneless wings.
Look at you.
In the country.
Look at that. Yeah. Boneless wings are,
honey barbecue. Roosters.
That's what you're going with? That Roosters?
Yeah.
All honey barbecue? They got there, and you're going with honey barbecue?
Honey barbecue.
I forgot. Tyvis has weird wing choices. He does not do the buffalo sauce, but you like.
I eat buffalo sauces, but if you ask me what wing I want from Brewster's, I want boneless barbecue.
Have you ever had at least Carolina Gold from there?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That was like the first wing I ever had.
So you've jumped out and checked out all the flavors.
I will eat any of them.
Okay, good.
If you ask me which one I prefer, I want honey barbecue.
Okay, that's fair. What's your go-to wing sauce, Dylan, now that we're on this?
At Roosters, it's probably the Carolina Gold. I've recently have rolled with, you get a dry rub and a sauce on the side.
Oh, that's a pro move.
You're getting the best of both worlds, Tyvis.
I do like.
Gotta judge
I ain't saying nothing, man. I ain't saying nothing to you.
What's wrong with the dry
Tyvis doesn't
rub
like
and
it.
the sauce?
He's not a fan of dry rubbing. That's what. That's what it is. I kind of agree with that.
I will admit, and this might be not manly, I guess, but I've always been someone who has criticized people for getting boneless wings because they are just essentially glorified chicken nuggets. But recently, I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of getting so dirty from eating traditional wings. Give me the boneless wings with the fork.
See, this is
whatever.
This is.
I'm not going to judge you on that because it's let them live. I don't have a problem either way. Like, I eat both bone and boneless. But if you ask me which one is better, it's traditional.
For sure, but I'm
Not
getting
even
to
close.
the point that it's not better enough that it's worth the mess.
Well, I think it just comes down.
Man, get your
hang on.
little wet wipe and go on.
No, but
Watch
hang
your
on.
business.
But hold on. As someone now, again, I know Tyvis, you're probably not going to see eye to eye on this because you literally eat burritos in the car, which is insanity to me. But for some of us,
with the Tesla, it's got autopilot.
good. This is good. Tyvis just out there letting the AI drive him around as he's sucking down a burrito. That's good.
I had the best one I ever had yesterday too. And for some odd reason, that chicken al pasteur, ooh-wee.
What is it called?
Chicken al pasteur.
Say okay, Dylan.
Al pastor.
Are we going to let that go? Is that fine? Thumbs up, thumbs down,
We're not
Gladiator.
taking the chicken out to pasture. It's al pastor.
All right, thank you.
Hey,
Thank you. Al pastor.
Timmy's upset at my honey barbecue and boneless
Well,
choice.
of course he is.
Says that I don't need to forget my paper menu and crayon.
Yeah, there you go, Timmy. That's right. No, I tell you, like, I don't understand if, like, I love loaded fries, like with cheese and bacon and all the stuff on it. Those are delicious.
Yes.
But not every
mooing in the mic.
But those are messy, and there are times and situations where I'm like, it'd be better is if I could just eat like regular fries and not have all the
messy stuff.
That's the thing.
What do y'all eat like kids?
Yeah, well, no, but I don't want to have to sit there every 5 minutes and wipe. I have a beard. I have all the stuff gets stuck in it. You have a beard.
Wait till you're done.
No, and I'm sitting there and I got sauce all over.
Everybody in the restaurant know what's going on.
Yes, but I feel weird. I hate it.
No, I don't.
I hate it. Oh,
I ain't got
hate
no
it.
shame.
I hate it when like the waiter or waitress comes up to you and they're just like, "Oh, do you need a refill?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, if you don't mind." I just sauce everywhere.
You go,
I'm wiping every time.
You just say, "Mm-hmm."
No,
you keep eating.
No, I can't. So sometimes when I don't feel like, sometimes in
And
like I don't care.
They don't ask you, do you refill? They say, would you like me to top you off?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't go.
That's what they.
Are you sure that's what they're asking about? What a little toppy of is that? I don't know what restaurant you're going to, buddy. All right, fine. We're gonna hit the huddle next. Get some NFL news. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Seeing multiple crashes as you head downtown. The left lane is currently blocked on 71 northbound at Greenlawn Avenue after a crash out there. Not too far away, the right lane is blocked on 315 north, just passing Rich and Town Street. We also have an incident. The left shoulder is blocked on State Route 315 north at 670 eastbound because of yet another crash. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Imagine this. You're charging through untamed trails, wind whipping by, owning every twist. That's the 2025 Ford Bronco calling your name. Score 4.9% APR for 60 months, $2,500 retail cash, and up to $3,000 if ditching your Jeep. With unstoppable power and go-anywhere grit, why settle for ordinary? Capital Ford of Columbus has your back for any credit. Pre-approve online in a flash. Rush to Capital Ford of Columbus in Whitehall today or visit capitalfordofcolumbus.com.
No one plans to get into an accident, but when it happens, we strive in making life easier for you. This is Justin Hinderer. The Hinderer Motor Company Collision Center is ICAR certified and certified by many manufacturers to provide the best quality repair available. All of our repairs come with a lifetime warranty. We have our own 24/7 towing service so you never have to wait. Plus, we offer on-site rental cars for every lifestyle. At Hinderer Motor Company, we love what moves you.
I started my first business when I was 12, mowing lawns for about $5 a yard. I learned if you do the job right, people trust you and customers care that you show up and do what you say you're going to do. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Doors. From garage door repairs to upgrades, we show up, we stand behind every job. We only use the best parts and springs guaranteed to last a lifetime. When you care about the people you serve, you work harder and it shows. Call Don's Garage Doors today or schedule online at donsgaragedoors.com.
When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
It's a new year. Ready for a fresh start or career reboot? At My Computer Career, prep for a more recession-resistant future in the high-demand fields of IT, cybersecurity, in months, not years, including AI. Whether you're starting out or switching careers, no prior training is needed. Attend school online from home or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu to take the free career evaluation today. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. You don't want to
start the new year off hurting. You don't want to start off the new year getting surgery. You don't want to start off the new year dealing with trying to plan something out into the future. What you want to do is get healthy. So what you want to do is go to my friends over at QC Kinetics. Dr. Tesner and his team, the medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Columbus, they can deliver regenerative treatments that actually help your body repair the areas that are causing you pain. Those achy knees, hips, back, shoulders, whatever it is, they can help you get ready. So instead of those invasive operations, it's going to sideline you all of the early year. Go check out our friends at QC Kinetics and see if they can help you today. Imagine moving better, being stronger, planning your year, doing what actually you want to do. So don't wait. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. They have offices located in Dublin and Gahanna, and they're ready there for your free consultation. So go check them out today.
Below freezing? Fire up the grill at Billiards Plus. The grilling season never ends. While you're grill shopping, you'll love browsing Central Ohio's largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard. Family owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Hey, it's Bo Bishop here. You've heard me talk about High Bank Spirits, but the food is just as good. Brunch worth planning your weekend around. Seasonal dinners perfect for date night or game night. Plus, kids eat half off every Monday. Find menus and locations at highbankco.com. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge. And Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty.
Wait, what?
Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're all about getting you and your crew to quit in time sooner. That's why our service is a cut above. You see, no matter the project, we'll get you to the right metal, shape, and grade. Cut to any size, ready real fast. And yeah, we'll deliver. Leaving plenty of time for the important things, like opening an ice-cold can of aluminum. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience store for metal.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The basketball Buckeyes dominated the number 24 Wisconsin Badgers last night, 86-69. Bruce Thornton had a game-high 27 points, and Devin Royal added 25 of his own. The Buckeyes will travel to East Lansing and take on Sparty this Sunday at 1 o'clock. The team up north is the number 1 team in the country. They travel to Purdue and beat the 7th-ranked Boilermakers 91-80. The 22nd-ranked Miami Redhawks are still undefeated after defeating UMass 86-77. And finally, the 10th-ranked Ohio State women's basketball team will try to get back in the win column when they take on number 23 Minnesota on the road tonight at 8 o'clock. This update was sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. With a 98% customer satisfaction rating and thousands of 5-star reviews, the choice is clear. Awaken180weightloss.com. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Just a reminder, Tyvis thinks all pizza tastes the same. Also a reminder, Tyvis was born without taste buds. You're listening to Bone and Tyvis.
Turn my microphone on. Humongous win for Buckeye basketball last night, beating Wisconsin at the Shot. A tremendous victory for the Buckeyes, 86-69. I mean, Devin Royal was on early. I think he had 14 in the first 9 minutes. Wisconsin had 12. He outscored the entire team. Bruce Thornton damn near went for a triple-double, including 27. Devin Royal had 25. That's the game, Tyvis. That's the type of game that if they play like that every single night, they would be a no-doubt tournament team.
I agree with you. And I'm hopefully that this is the beginning of what it's going to be down the stretch, because they're going to have to win some of these tough games. The Michigan State one would be a great one to start with if they could find a way to go there and win that one. Like, to me, we said the number there for them to get in is 19. We want them to have 19 wins. Where are they currently?
17.
Okay, so they got to get.
I mean, I would think they would get to 19. I don't want to count chickens before they're hatched. You got Penn State on the schedule, who is atrocious. You lose that game, I don't know how you make the tournament with that type of loss on your resume, but I don't think they will. You play Indiana at home to close it out. That should be obviously a pretty important night. I just saw it's Bruce bobblehead night because it'll be his senior night. So you would think the emotions would be very high for that game, and Indiana is a very beatable team.
Indiana, I believe, is ranked higher than Ohio State in the net, though.
They are. That's right. But that would be another game that if you can get that one, it adds to your resume.
But in theory, if you believe in the net rankings, which is whatever, but that's
sure.
what the tournament bases everything off of. Ohio State's only going to be favored in one more game this season, and that's Penn State. And then, like you said, Indiana, maybe you'll see it be a really close spread. But these next three, they're going to be underdogs in every one.
Well, yeah, unless they win one. Like I say, I mean, what you saw last night, that is something, we've talked about how I have said I don't want to see this team in the tournament if they're going to be this little bubble team that barely gets in because of some stupid metric.
Nebraska last night.
Yes, they did. It's chaos in the Big Ten, man. This is a tough league, obviously. But what Ohio State did yesterday, that can win anytime, anywhere. They were unconscious from three, right? They hit 50% from 3-point land. That is not likely to happen every time out. But that's not what I'm talking about. That defense they played, they shut down what Wisconsin wanted to do. They made it confusing for Wisconsin. And unlike when they played USC, where USC had like 3 of their 4 best players, I think, were either out with injuries or not playing, this was a full-strength Wisconsin team for the most part. So, yeah, a much-needed victory last night for Buckeye basketball. And if they get those type of wins here in the next few games, they won't be an on-the-bubble team. They will be a no-doubt tournament team, which is what I've been asking for. Please be a real tournament team, not a team that goes in there and gets lucky because the computer smiled on you or because somebody's, I don't know, the teams that won their tournaments were already going to get in anyway, and there's enough spots for you to sneak in at the very end. I don't want to be a last 4 team. I want to be a for real team.
When was the last time Ohio State was in the top 25, ranked in the top 25?
Buckeye basketball?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't this year.
I'm going to have to do some research.
I don't know if it was last year at any point.
It's been that long.
Legitimately, it hasn't been this year, and I don't think it was last year. Now, maybe beating Wisconsin, Wisconsin was 24th. Maybe that gets Ohio State there. I don't know.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it too, but you never know. I'm just saying they're definitely going to be in the getting votes category, I would think, with that win. But if you get one more like that, then maybe you see them pop to the top 25. Honestly, I don't care. I don't care if they make the top 25 or not this year. It is show me that you are a for-real tournament team. That's what matters, and that's what we're going to find out. Next few games, pivotal, but big win last night for the Buckeyes.
The biggest questions in the NFL are answered right here. Welcome to the Huddle.
All right, Dylan, Huddle question number 1.
All right, so Tyreek Hill is no longer with the Miami Dolphins. Should Tyreek go back to Kansas City?
Yes.
He should. Most sense to me.
He needs them and they need him. So, yes.
Well, and he's got a lot of baggage he brings with him off the field, but they're not afraid of that in Kansas City, clearly. They haven't been. They drafted him after he had baggage. So, they're not going to care about any of that.
They got the franchise quarterback's dad going to jail every other week.
They got that. You got the
Rashid Rice.
The head coach's son got drunk and hit someone with his car, and that was a terrible situation. They got all kinds of mess over there off the field. They don't give 2 craps about that. So, yeah, go right ahead. But on the field, they need a threat like him. Yes, of course, they could use him, I think. If he comes back in his full strength from the injury, which is he's 32 now, so that's a whole other question.
Since he's left, all they've done is trying to get guys to be his replacement, and none of them have lived up to it. Rashid Rice is the closest, and he's not even the burner like him. So,
speaking of off the field issues, right? Right. So, I'm just saying they tried to. That was like a cosplay where he's doing it on the field, off the field, trying to, but it wasn't Not quite the same. It's like going to Comic-Con and meeting Wolverine. You're like, but this isn't the real guy. This is not Hugh Jackman. Not the same thing. Huddle question number 2.
Will the Raiders trade Max Crosby, and where should he go?
They probably won't trade him, but I think that they should trade him. If they are going to trade him, I would like for him to go probably to the New England Patriots. I feel like they could use a pass rusher like him.
Yeah, on the question of, I don't think that's a bad place for him. I mean, quite honestly, any number of, I would think the Lions would make a lot of sense for him.
Lions would
clearly,
make a lot of sense.
because they've been needing someone else on that defensive line. But I'll tell you, I don't know why. I've seen people floating this, that the Raiders have so many holes and so many problems and so many everything. They should trade the first pick and get more picks because they're not just a quarterback away.
Only if they think Fernando Mendoza isn't a franchise guy.
Well,
they should trade that pick.
Right.
If they think Fernando Mendoza is a franchise guy and can be like a top 15 quarterback in this league, absolutely make the selection.
Here's the good news: you could get a pretty good haul. I don't know if it'd be the same as trading the number 1 pick, but if you traded Max Crosby, you could get a pretty good haul and still draft your quarterback. So it would be an insane move to me if there would even be a consideration of trading the number 1 pick, but not a consideration of trading Max Crosby. That would be insane.
You would think he would be. Max Crosby is in the same echelon as Micah Parsons, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Micah Parsons wins for a player and 2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
I feel like you could be able to get. You should be able to get something in that ballpark.
Absolutely.
Micah is younger though.
True, but
by how much?
I think 3 years or 2 years.
Is it that much? I didn't realize. I guess I thought they were closer.
Micah
age,
Parsons is 26 years old. Max Crosby, I think, is 28.
Okay.
Let me see. Hold on.
Even if it was one first-round pick and a guy.
Max Crosby is 28. He'll be 29 this year.
Even if it was 1 first-round pick and a guy, I'd still do it if I were the Raiders. He doesn't want to be there. Like, that's the other thing. He does not want to be there. He hates your organization now. And I know you've got new coaches, and Tom Brady's going to try to talk to him, but why fight that battle when you could just go get things that would actually make your team better in the long run? You can't replace Max Crosby, but how's that? I hate to say it this way, but how's that worked out for the Browns? Having an all-time great defensive end, but not having the rest of the team figured. You have an all-time great defense kind of right now too, but your offense is terrible. Figure it all out. Build that as opposed to saying, no, we got to hang on to our defensive end come hell or high water, especially when he doesn't want to be there. Huddle question number 3, Dylan.
Should the Bengals franchise tag Trey Hendrickson?
No. They need to be done with that. Let it go.
They're going to lose him for nothing.
Let it go.
Well,
they're going to pay him a whole bag, which they could have just paid him the bag to stay.
Yeah, right.
Because if you get franchise tag, you're getting paid like up there with the top persons of your positions. And Myles Garrett and TJ Watt and Micah Parsons have really put that number high for one season. So you might as well have just paid them, and then it probably would have even been cheaper than that. But you decided not to do that. So just go ahead and because you should have traded them at the deadline, but you didn't want to do that. So lose them. Just let it go. It's over with.
Wouldn't that be the most Bengals move, though? Of like, okay, now we'll franchise tag him. When the whole thing last offseason was, hasn't this guy earned a contract last couple years? Shouldn't you give this guy a contract? He's earned it. He's done what he needs to do. And the Bengals got all the bad will from that. And then they end up, if, like you said, if they end up tagging him and then paying him essentially as much or more than they would have if they just gave him the deal he wanted.
The tag is the average of the top 5 players at that position.
Exactly.
Yeah. And if you had done that earlier, maybe you wouldn't have to pay quite as much on the back end. I don't think they should tag him. You already took all the PR hit for, screwing around with his contract. So just go ahead and move on from him. You don't think he's that good anyway. Your defense needs, they got a lot of problems there. Let's put it that way. And I don't know that just keeping him around at a very expensive price tag is the answer. You should probably get people who know how to draft better. That's what I would say. That'd be probably a better idea. When the guy's available or not Joe Burrow or like the best receiver in college, they seem to miss on a lot of other guys. So, yeah. All right. We'll take a break. Big night for Bruce and the Buckeyes. We'll discuss it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Police still on scene after a fatal crash by Hilliard on the west side. It's really affecting that 270 northbound direction. A big portion closed, too, from Cemetery Road to that 270 and 70 intersection. We also have ramps closed as well. Roberts Road, that ramp to 270 in both directions, as well as 70 westbound, that ramp to 270, and that 70 eastbound ramp to 270. 270. As for that detour, if you can, continue on 70 and more of that eastbound direction, hopping on 670, then 315 northbound through Worthington, get you back going on 270. And from there, you can head more in that eastbound or westbound direction, depending on where you want to go. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Sex, intimacy, love. These three things are critical to a good relationship, and that's the problem with erectile dysfunction. It often destroys sexual enjoyment and intimacy. It stresses the love between partners, often to the breaking point. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you're suffering with ED, you likely know exactly what I'm talking about. But I also want you to know that ED doesn't have to impact your relationship anymore. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're ED experts, with our focus on men's sexual health. We've treated tens of thousands of men and have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. I promise you, if you're like most guys, you can get your sex life back, perhaps even performing like you haven't in years. So if ED is affecting you, it's time to get back to better sex, better intimacy, and deeper love. Call us. Just $99 gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
BMI FCU is celebrating their 90th anniversary all year long with monthly sweepstakes. Open a BMI FCU Visa credit card. Enjoy rates lower than the national average and a special rate on balance transfers. Apply today at bmifcu.org/visa.
Just thinking about how prices have gone up stresses me out. Everything's too expensive.
Yeah, but it's all good.
What's your deal?
What's my deal? I saved at Metro by T-Mobile with no activation fees. And I got 4 lines for just $25 each.
Wow.
And 4 free new Samsung Galaxy A17 5G. And no ID required.
Get that more for your money feeling. Only at Metro. Visit your store today. Just bring your numbers. Not available if you've been with Metro or T-Mobile in the past 180 days.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And of course, you know me. I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Are you starting to get recognized from these ads, Wilson?
Yep. Folks are really liking the idea of home-changing windows and superior performance and 5 different lines to fit any budget.
That kind of sounds like Pella's thing.
Oh, yeah, it is. They recognize me, but then they ask for your business card. So that's neat.
Get the windows that Columbus homeowners rated the leading window brand at PellaColumbus.com.
Hey, Columbus, big news. For a limited time, get Uber One free for a full year so you could save on food and rides. That's a $96 value on us. Just use code Columbus. Get 1 year of $0 delivery fees, 10% off eligible food and grocery orders, and up to 6% Uber One credits on rides. Sign up for this limited time offer today using code Columbus and save big with Uber One. Offer valid through 3/31/26. Savings and $0 delivery fee on eligible orders and rides only. Fees and terms apply. See app for details.
It's Skyway time at Skyline Chili. Come get your Skyline 3, 4, or 5-way with 50% extra cheese at no extra charge. Regular and large ways only at participating Skyline restaurants for a limited time.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing.
1 in 5 children in our state face hunger. That's more than 500,000 kids. And many Ohio educators continue to dig deep into their own wallets to make sure their students are fed. Please stand with us to make sure all Ohio students can get the food they need so they can focus on learning and reach their full potential.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Hi, the Scott Antique Markets are back again at the Ohio Expo Center, featuring hundreds of vendors with collectibles and merchandise from all over the world. The market is 1 weekend monthly, November through March. Build your family heirlooms. You can find everything that gets old. Just take I-71 to exit 111 to enjoy America's favorite treasure hunt. Visit thescottantiquemarket.com for more information. Come join us at the Ohio Expo Center for the Scott Antique Markets. It's huge. It's the Scott Antique Markets this weekend.
Back in the day, if you wanted to listen to the fan, you turned on the radio. And that was the end of the story.
But now, oh baby, stream us live on the Fan app.
TuneIn app, iHeart app, we're everywhere.
The Fan, Ohio's streaming destination. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Cloudy and mild to kick off the day, and then we could see some showers develop by late morning into the early afternoon, eventually wrapping up and becoming mostly sunny with highs in the low 60s and gusty winds. For tonight, increasing clouds with our lows in the 40s, and for Thursday, a mostly cloudy day with highs in the low 60s. Chances of rain develop later into the afternoon and evening, with some thunderstorms possible overnight, some which could be on the stronger side. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
If you've recently seen a photo of an older Baker Mayfield fresh off a bender, it's just Bo Bishop. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan. Sometimes when Tyvis wears khaki pants, I can see the outline of his genitals. There's no joke there. It's just an observation.
God, the more I resist, the more intriguing they become. I can't look away.
You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Dylan, are we confirmed for both of our guests the next couple days?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Well, tomorrow we are going to have, which we have him on regularly during the hockey season, but we've had a little break here with the Jackets. Bones is back. Rick Bowness will join us, Jackets head man. Is he on the phone?
No, he's coming in the studio.
That's what I thought. He'll be joining us in studio, so that'll be fun to get to meet Bones. But we'll have him in. That'll be a good time to actually get to talk with him in person. That is tomorrow. I think we're doing that at. See, I just know nothing about this other than I know he's coming in 7:30 like normal. Okay, so we'll do that tomorrow at 7:30. Then Friday, we also have a confirmed guest. One Eddie George will join us on the program, the Bowling Green head coach, and of course, legendary Buckeye himself.
I've only been trying to book Eddie George since July.
Hey, you know what? And when did you start here? June, I think, right? So, like, I'm just saying, you've pretty much been trying to book him ever since we started, but that's good. So we're excited to talk to Eddie as well.
You've been harassing that man since July.
I've been harassing the Bowling Green PR guy since July.
That's what it takes.
They're probably sick of you.
Hey, you know what? So Friday at 8:30, we will talk with Eddie George. So, yeah, a couple nice guests coming up the next few days. We're excited to talk a little Jackets hockey, which they have, I believe, the U.S. is playing in their semifinal game. We got that coming up or is not semifinal, quarterfinal game today. I saw Latvia lost yesterday to Sweden. So Elvis is done. So Elvis Merzlikins is out. There was a 5-1 loss. Not all the goals are his fault, obviously, but, you know.
Then a week from tomorrow, they back.
Jackets are coming back. Get ready for it.
Go against the Bruins.
I got to ask you guys something real quick. Did you guys used to do the S thing with, like, the 6 lines that you just drew together?
Yep.
Oh, like I call that the money sign, but I know what you're talking.
It's
where you
not
draw
the money sign.
I know it's not, but yeah, it kind of looks like that.
I feel like if you're a millennial, you definitely know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
so at IHOP, Gianna, my daughter, it was her birthday. I took her to IHOP. That's where she wanted to go, and she got a kids meal. And on the kids meal, it says, draw a cool S. S is for syrup, whether it's old-fashioned strawberry, blueberry, or butter pecan. So learn how to draw this cool S.
Okay.
And then it says, fun fact, the S thing was really popular in the late 1900s. Completely missed me with that. Don't try to make me seem like I'm a dinosaur because I drew this S when I was a kid. The late 1900s is like 1907 to 1909. It's not the 90s. I'm so tired of kids saying late 1900s to me. I was born in 92, so I was born in the late 1900s. Shut up.
Yeah. Have you seen the trend? See, along those lines, have you seen the trend online where they, like, people who work in an office together will go around and be like, hey, what year were you born? And if they say like 19, the video instantly is like, ah, like it plays you're like, oh no, you're old. And it's like, it's okay, what? Sorry, I'm not 26 or younger. Like, yeah, like that's okay to have a 19 in your birth. Now mine's 82. Let's not talk about the 8 in that. Let's pretend it was the 9 at least. But yeah, I mean, come on, 19. That's ancient, apparently. You're right, Dylan. We can't do that.
19.
Being born in the 19s. Yeah, you guys are 94 and 92?
Yes.
Right. And I'm 82.
So now these stupid Gen Alpha and Gen whatever the hell the other one is. They're saying that we're born in the late 1900s to make it seem like we're prehistoric dinosaurs.
Yeah, late 1900s is not cool. I'm not okay with that terminology or phrasing. I'm not hearing it. That's not good. So I saw this that last night we know the Buckeyes won. Big victory for Ohio State men's basketball, 86-69 over Wisconsin. Dominated that game start to finish. It was great to see on the home court there. Bruce Thornton had 27 points, was it 8 rebounds, 9 assists, or 9 rebounds, 8 assists? Like either way,
I think it's 9 rebounds, 8 assists.
Close to a triple-double. Led the team in rebounds along with scoring, doing everything to get this team to the tournament. He also crossed a significant milestone, 2,000-point milestone in that game. He becomes just the third player in Ohio State men's basketball history to do that. But he also, on his way there, passed both Jerry Lucas and William Buford. So they are now tied for 4th all-time in career points, but Bruce is now 3rd. So congrats to him. Now, 3rd all-time, and we had this discussion yesterday a little bit. We got into it. Would you put him in your top 5 Buckeye basketball players of all time? I said I would.
I don't think I would.
Maybe that should be the list tomorrow.
You know what? Tomorrow, the list, 7 a.m. Top 5 men's basketball players of all time at Ohio State.
Yes, another list where no one will win and we're idiots no matter what.
No, absolutely. Now, I guess we could open that up to be just basketball players in general, because then you could throw like Katie Smith in there and some of the other greats from the women's side. We could just keep it to the men's team tomorrow if we want to.
Where is he at exactly? 2,000 exactly?
He crossed over 2,000. I didn't see what the actual number
Dennis
is.
Hobson is at 2,096. So.
Oh no,
Bruce could not easily, but there's a realistic path, especially if they're able to play some extra games in the Big Ten tourney and hopefully March Madness, where Bruce is the all-time leading.
There's a chance that he does it before Senior Day.
Yeah,
or on Senior Day. Like,
I mean, if he keeps scoring 28. Yes.
Well, yeah. They said on the broadcast last night, I think the number was if he scored, if he averages 19 and a half the rest of the way, this is before the game started, that he would get there by the end of the regular season.
Oh, well, he should have.
He had 27 last night, so presumably that number's a little less than. I can't do the math quickly in my head on what 96 or whatever it is.
He came
divided by the rest of the games.
Was he in the game with 1978, and then he had 22?
Oh, we're doing math now live on the air. This is always
good. He had 2,005 points.
That's correct. I just Googled it.
Top 10 scorers just for Ohio State men's basketball, in case you've lost track of that. Dennis Hobson, number 1. Herb Williams, number 2. Bruce now, number 3. Jerry Lucas, 4. William Buford, 4 as well. They're tied for that. So he passed both of them last night. Kelvin Aranzi is 6. Michael Redd, 7. Jim Jackson, 8. Jay Burson, 9. And rounding out the top 10, Deshaun Thomas. Nice player.
He could fill it up.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And obviously, I mean, it bears mentioning that not all these guys, most of them did not play 4 years at Ohio State, because some of them played in times where you literally did not play as a freshman. Some of them left before they got to their senior year. It's a combination of things in college basketball to get to have a scoring title, to have all those numbers. You have to be able to play a number of years and be good all the way through. But yeah, Bruce is the right combo of very good and still here. They were having a discussion last night on the broadcast of if he's an NBA player or not. And I will tell you, before this year, I would have said no. But
I think a lot of people. Didn't he test the waters?
Yes, I would guess he did. Yeah.
And then he got the feedback and came back.
Yeah, but a guy that they made a comp to on the TV broadcast was Jalen Brunson. I don't think that's inaccurate. When you watch the way he's playing this year specifically and down the stretch here, he has those moments that you can see it.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson be hitting big shot after big shot. He's a closer for sure.
Oh, yeah. And that's where I'm very interested by that, as an NBA fan as well. But, yeah, as far as his Ohio State legacy, it's set in stone. But tomorrow on the list, we'll do top 5 Ohio State men's basketball players. You can weigh in on that now. Just tweet us at Bone and Tyvis 971.
My boy Shannon Scott is 3rd in career assists.
Shannon Scott is 3rd in career assists. I had completely blanked on that if I knew it.
Bruce could catch him because Bruce he was at 499 before the game. He had 8, so he's at 507.
What does he need to get to?
528 is what Shannon Scott got.
Yeah, he could get there.
By the way, I did the math over here. It took me the whole past 5 minutes. Bruce needs 92 more points to be the all-time leading scorer. There's 5 more games. He needs to average 18.4 points per game to break it by the regular season.
I mean, very doable for him to do. And that'd be cool if he could do it on Senior Day. I think that would be awesome to do it in front of the home fans. Love that.
Stop the game.
Oh, they will. I would hope. If you do something as historic as that, of course.
And then the other coach will get pissed off.
Did you see, by the way, what happened with UCLA last night? So Mick Cronin is head coach of UCLA. They got blown out by Sparty at the Breslin Center, 77-50. Well, that wasn't the final score. It was 82-59. But with the score 77-50, 4:26 left to go. Clearly, Michigan State's winning this game. UCLA is not coming back. A UCLA player So Stephen, he's UCLA center Stephen Jamerson II, who was formerly a Michigan State player, got a flagrant foul on Carson Cooper, where Cooper was going in for a dunk, and Stephen Jamerson kind of like pushed him, hit him in the head, did kind of the undercut move too, where knocked his legs out. It was a bad foul.
Mm-hmm.
So instantly, all the players, grab each other to like, hey, stop, let's not have another fight. You don't want to see this kind of situation escalate. You saw what happened in the Providence St. John's game. You don't want that to happen, right? So
my cousin.
Oh yeah,
Pow.
Oh yeah, with the dude with the weird hair, right? Well, what Mick Cronin did was he pulls the guy out of the game. He wasn't thrown out of the game by the refs, but Mick Cronin grabs him, points to the showers, and says, "Get out of here." And then tells the coach, like, "Get him out of here." And they walked him out of the arena into the locker room. I've never seen a coach do that in my life. Throw his own player out of the game.
It really wasn't that bad, though.
The foul?
Yeah.
It was a cheap foul. We can say that. Like, this game's out of hand. It wasn't the type of foul that you probably need in a moment like that because you're losing.
True, like he could have let it go, but
it wasn't like it was a 2-point game where he's trying to like, I got to stop this guy from scoring at any cost.
Like the one at Providence, like that was ridiculous.
That was ridiculous.
This one, he was like trying to glass him or try to like block from the back, and he just, I don't think.
But
he
it was
got
not
high enough for
Yeah, Mick Cronin, and we don't have time to play the audio right now. We can play when we come back. But Mick Cronin had some tremendous audio after the game where reporters trying to talk to him, and it just shows you everything about how that guy is just a curmudgeon and a jerk. But I guess he's always going to be that way. He's been that way everywhere he's been. We'll come back. We can play that audio, but I actually have a question, an NFL question about one of my favorite players when we come back for Tyvis. I want you to answer this from a football perspective. 2 minutes away. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, good morning to you. The left lane is still blocked on 71 northbound at Green Lawn Avenue over by Lou Berliner Park because of a crash out there. We also have two other incidents not too far away on 315. The first one's going to be 315 northbound, just passing Rich Street. That right lane is blocked. We also have another crash, the left shoulder being blocked on 315 northbound at that 670 eastbound intersection. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News and World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up with care management that ensures doctors work together on complicated conditions. We show up with the latest in online tools to make healthcare easier to use anytime. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. I am quite aware of the dangers being on the road. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. These families' lives will be changed in an instant. We fight for these families as if they were our own. We've become America's largest injury law firm by winning cases just like these. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Injured? Dial Pound Law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Ever dream of a truck that turns your routines into adventures? Enter the 2026 Ford F-150. Secure 2.9% APR for 60 months. Layer on $3,250 retail cash for the extra edge. From heavy-duty hauls to smooth highway cruises, with innovative safety and efficiency, isn't it time your daily drive felt heroic? Capital Ford champions all credit journeys. Pre-qualify online, simple as that. Claim your legend status. Head to Capital Ford at Columbus and Whitehall today. These epic deals won't last.
The radio couldn't contain us, so we've taken over YouTube. Catch Morning Juice weekday mornings at 6 by searching 971 The Fan. Do it. Tyvis Powell helped the Buckeyes win a national championship. T-Bone watched Tyvis Powell help the Buckeyes win a national championship. Equally important, you're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tell you what, that Michigan State UCLA crowd, the Michigan State game, the Breslin Center crowd, I mean, they're always good there, right? But I was talking about how Mick Cronin had some unhinged audio after the game. This was in reference to Michigan State fans chanted the name of Bruins center Xavier Booker. He was a former 5-star recruit who signed with Michigan State, but then transferred to UCLA after 2 years where he didn't really do much in East Lansing. Now, in this game, this guy, Xavier Booker, who played at Michigan State on UCLA's team, he had 2 points and 2 rebounds in 25 minutes. So the fans there were chanting his name. After the game, Mick Cronin, UCLA's head coach, was asked about what'd you think of the student section chanting your player's name. Here's what he said to that in response to that.
What was your thoughts in the student section chanting Booker's name?
I could give a rat's ass about the other team's student section.
I just meant the overall the way that you
I would like to give you a kudos for the worst question I've ever been asked.
Did you like
You should take it.
the preparation of the...
You really think I care about the other team's
No, I
student
don't
section?
think you care about the other
Are you raising your voice at me?
No, I'm just...
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Come on, dude.
No reason.
Come on. Yes, you were. Everybody's standing here listening to you. Everybody. This is on camera. They can hear you. I answered the question. I could give a rat's ass about the other team's student section. I coach UCLA. I don't care about Michigan State students. I mean, who cares?
So I thoroughly enjoy the fact that Mick Cronin is like, you're an idiot. And the guy goes, I'm an idiot. And he goes, are you raising your voice at me? That's what a rage bait that was for Mick Cronin.
That's the definition of gaslighting right there.
100%. I mean, college basketball this year has been wildly unhinged with some of the press conferences, but that one's up there. That was very good. I don't know if that gets him the Jerome Tang treatment.
He better than
like
me.
at Kansas State.
I would have said, this is naturally how I talk.
Oh.
So if you can't handle it, that's on you.
There are a lot of people in the media that I feel like would probably, because they're doing their jobs, they're just like, I'm not trying to get into a fight or an argument with the head coach of a basketball team that I cover, but sometimes these guys take too much license with the media where it's like, you're not their teacher.
This is
you don't get like, you raise your voice at me? So what if I am? I'm a reporter. You're a coach. Both of us should be respectful. If you're not being respectful to me, I don't have to be respectful to you.
This is why I'm glad I'm not a media member, because I can't be in rooms and ask questions like that. And
you can.
Because if somebody said that to me, I don't know if I can just like hold it back. Like, I don't know if I can just sit there.
You could, Tyvis.
I don't think I could.
No,
like,
but you could.
It'd be hard.
You could ask. You go Tyvis Powell, Big Ten Network, 97.1 The Fan. Those are your media affiliations right there.
Yeah. Oh no, we know he could get in there.
No,
He's saying
I'm
he
not
couldn't.
Doing that.
You couldn't handle if a coach got
like if he said
like talk down to you or something.
Yeah.
I know what Tyvis is saying, but I'm just trying to reiterate to him that he is indeed a member of the media. Probably even more so than the two of us combined.
I'm a former athlete that works with the media.
I don't know how that is any different than just being in the media, because you're in the media.
It's not a media member.
Dylan, how many media outlets do you work for?
I guess technically 2.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because you work for the
Jackets Radio Network and this one.
I work for one. I work for 97.1 The Fan. Tyvis, how many media outlets do you work for?
One.
No, you don't. You work for us. You work for Big Ten Network. That's a media outlet.
Yes.
You technically work for the Browns, so I mean you work for an NFL team, but you work as a member of the media.
No, he works for the Browns Radio Network, which is a media company.
No. I'm a Browns employee.
Okay. All right.
Which is an NFL
fair.
team.
That is fair, because the media would be independent of that.
Well, technically the Blue Jackets own the radio network. It doesn't mean that I'm working for the Blue Jackets.
Right. When you get a check,
I'm not a hockey player.
Does the Blue Jackets send you your check?
The Call Hawk Limited Partnership does, which is the group that owns the Blue Jackets.
So yes. So Jack,
I get an orange helmet in my mailbox.
I also like that you get a physical check from the Browns.
I don't like it.
The Blue Jackets used to do that too as of like 3 years ago. What is up with these sports franchises being so behind the times when it comes to paying people?
It costs more money to put you on the what's it called? Direct pay, whatever.
That's direct deposit.
It costs money to put you on there. And why would they put you on there for a job that only is going to be for 4 months? So they would have to pay for the entire year.
How much does it cost to send out letters?
4 to 5 months.
That's wrong. I disagree with them.
I'm just telling you.
I disagree.
You asked the question. I'm giving you the answer.
But they could pay a quarterback that's crappy $250 million.
Well,
make it make sense.
Fair enough. Wednesdays, of course, are Ask Tyvis Anything. I have a question for you, Tyvis.
Shoot from the hip.
There's an Athletic article about J.J. McCarthy. My favorite quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah,
love him.
Your guy.
Former Michigan man. He's so good. The headline of this is written by Alec Lewis for The Athletic. J.J. McCarthy, the Vikings QB situation, and what to know about the coming weeks. So it's all about, what are the Vikings going to do with him? Are they going to try to trade and go get a guy like, for example, Mac Jones with the Niners, who is sitting there
waiting for a chance possibly to go elsewhere. Would they be willing to trade enough to go get him because they think he could be better in this offense?
Would they be willing to trade for Mac Jones?
Yes, or should they just ride it out with JJ? And so this article is a wide-ranging article about some of that stuff, but I found a nugget in here that I need to ask you about. He says in this article that applying touch to passes, which was a question the Vikings had about him, still is a struggle for J.J. McCarthy. Then he gave this example. In 2025, Minnesota removed most of its over-the-middle passing concepts throughout the season to keep J.J.'s line of sight as simple as possible. So my question to you, is that normal?
I don't
like for a competent NFL team with a decent quarterback to say, yeah, we just really don't like how he does it. We don't like how he throws over the middle, so we're eliminating that from the playbook. Or is that a sign of a significant problem for your quarterback?
Well, it's a problem. I mean, it's definitely a problem. I mean, a lot of people make their money across the middle because you working the linebackers across the middle of the field, and they're not the best people in coverage. So that, to me, is very interesting. I wonder why. I wonder if it's like he's having a problem going through his progression or something like that. And he's just not being able to get back to scan the middle of the field quick enough. Could be that. But like, again, the thing about JJ is that you have to look at this as this was his rookie season because he didn't play the year before that, or he was hurt the year before that. So there was a lot of growing pains. Where I am on the whole JJ train is I think he is similar to Shedeur Sanders to the point where you have to just give him this season. You really do. And whether he's good or not, whether he's good or bad works in your favor for the Vikings. Because if he's good, all right, we can move forward. We got us a quarterback. He's learned, last year was some growing pains for him to have a rookie season, which is this year. He's learned from it. He's become a better quarterback. You got a guy that you can move forward with for the next couple of years. Or if he's bad, and he's really bad, then you put yourself in position to get one of these quarterbacks because you have the Arch Mannings, the Dante Moores, Lance Sellers, all of these guys Lenore Sellers. So you got these guys coming out. So it puts yourself in position to go get one of those guys. So to me, if I'm the Vikings, I think you put yourself in a position where you probably are best suited to just run it back because I don't think Chicago's going anywhere. I don't think Green Bay's going anywhere. So right now is the time to really – Detroit probably be back in it, so you should utilize this time to figure out what you want to do, how you want to move forward, especially at the quarterback position.
Yeah. I'm looking at, in this Athletic article, to put in perspective where J.J. McCarthy's been as far as his on-target percentage of his passes that he's thrown in his rookie year, which, like you said, this is like his rookie year. Jaden Daniels' rookie year, he was at 78.2%. C.J. was at 74.8%. Joe Burrow, 75% on target. That's not completion percentage, but it's just putting the throws on a guy, whether or not he catches it. Even Anthony Richardson, 74.1%. Justin Herbert, 76%. J.J. McCarthy's living at 66.5%. Much lower than those guys. More comparable to a David Blau than a competent core. So, that's where I wonder, too, if you're a Vikings player, you have a defense that's really good. You have great coaches. You have stud receivers.
But you're just they're not in a position to compete with Chicago or Detroit or.
Are we sure of that? They were 9-8 this year with him, with a very much.
But he was
unknown,
in and out of the lineup, though. And they won the last 5 games.
Well, and that's the other. Right. They did have a little bit of a spurt at the end.
I think he played 4 of the 5.
But the other question is, in his time there, since they drafted him, he has played in less than 30% of the games. I think it's 29%.
Which is why you can't trade for a Mac Jones. And on top of that, this is not the offseason to be trying to switch quarterbacks because there's not a lot of guys to pick from. You got Mac Jones, Malik Willis, trade for Tua, trade for Kyler.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I see that point, but I also
trade for Anthony Richardson. That's your 5.
But you go walk over to Justin Jefferson's locker and tell him hey, by the way, we're running it back with what is it, 9?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know what you say to him? We paying you a lot of money.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
And he's like, well, when the ball's 3 feet behind me, that's not on target. What am I supposed to do? Go back in time?
Did he not have 1,000 yards last year?
He somehow got there.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
He's still awesome, but
I
can understand his frustration.
Leading the league in receiving the year or 2 years before that, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's
he only had 2 touchdowns last season.
Yikes.
Vikings that's a headache for them. Try to figure that out.
Man.
We'll hit the buzzer, talk with Bo Bishop next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Looking at 25-minute delays after a portion is still closed over on the west side. We're talking 270 northbound from Cemetery Road to that 270 and 70 intersection. We also have 3 ramps in this area, all closed and blocked off because of this fatal crash that police are still investigating. So as for that detour, we have a couple to talk about. The first one's going to be 70 eastbound to 270 northbound. If you're traveling from that direction, continue on 70, then head towards 670 eastbound to 315 northbound, all the way up towards Worthington, and from there heading either eastbound or westbound on 270. You can also take advantage of Dublin Road or Riverside Drive northbound to 161 westbound. Get you back going on 270 that way. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Below freezing? Fire up the grill at Billiards Plus. The grilling season never ends. While you're grill shopping, you'll love browsing Central Ohio's largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard. Family owned and operated.
Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
Great Lakes Hyundai wants you to save your refund this tax season with 90 days of no car payments and 0% financing on 26 Hyundai Santa Fe's and Tucsons for up to 60 months. No payments, 90 days, 0%. Keep your tax money in your pocket. Go now for the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Dublin or Columbus or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit, some customers may not qualify. Interest accrues during no payment period. New Hyundais come equipped with owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Offer ends 3/2.
Got this. Breathe. Breathe. You got this. You got this.
In the moments that truly matter, what do? Rise to the occasion. Ohio Health. It's time.
Getting the cold shoulder? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your furnace fast. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Hey, it's Anthony. So I was recently asked how I've been doing in my personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store. And I paused and I said, you know what? Pretty darn good. Because it reminded me what I was dealing with a couple years ago. My personal journey. I had plantar fasciitis, that horrible heel pain. If I was on my feet for a while, my lower back would be on fire. And now, honestly, none of that. 0 issues with my feet since I started wearing them. I have my Good Feet arch supports in every day. I feel supported. I feel aligned. And now that I feel better, it's made all the difference. I want to work out more. I want to go out more. Just be more active. I'm telling you, over the last couple of years, my health, my energy, my quality of life has all been affected in a really positive way. They've really helped me keep the pain away. The guys ask me all the time, do I really have them in today? Yes, I do, and I'll take my shoes off upon request to show you. Go take the free test walk. The Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway and Stringtown Road in Grove City. Get started at goodfeet.com.
It's truck season at Germain Toyota, and the deals are about as tough as the trucks. Get into a new 2026 Toyota Tundra with 299% financing for up to 72 months plus $1,000 in Toyota Financial Services finance cash, or at least a 2026 Tacoma SR5 for just $289 a month for 39 months, 10,000 miles per year, and $36.99 due at signing. Power, reliability, and offers that work as hard as you do. Visit Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road, or check them out online at germaintoyota.net.
Get Eco.
Hey, Jerry. Remember when we launched our $93 drain clearing offer and you invented the phrase 93 or free?
You know, I've actually written quite a few catchphrases in my career.
Oh, yeah. Aren't you the guy who wrote Bob's Your Uncle?
Yep, for my friend Steve, who has an Uncle Bob. I was as surprised as anyone when it caught on with the general public.
Get Eco.
Well, we need 93 or free to catch on. Our experts will clear your clogged household drain for just $93. If we can't, it's free. And we guarantee it'll stay clear for at least a year, or we'll clear it again for free.
Get Eco, and Bob's your uncle, your drains are clear.
Get Eco.
But Jerry, my uncle's name is Michael.
Get Eco, and Michael's your uncle, your drains are clear.
Let's stick with 93 or free.
Yeah, good call.
Get Eco.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
Common Man and Timmy. They're good, clean boys. If you enjoy a radio show hosted by immature men with slightly above average sports knowledge, they've got you covered.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Tyvis has a bum wrist from playing football. Bone has a bum wrist from opening the heavy doors at Sheets. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Now joining us, a man who believes in PTO, a guy that's
right.
straight, like Biggie Smalls, straight from California. Bo Bishop, how was your vacation, buddy?
Buddy, it was warm.
It was warm. It was warm.
It's warm here now.
I was about to
You
say,
brought the warmth
it
back.
was warm here, so you technically didn't even have to leave, Bo.
Well, it was 70, 72, sunny, and dry. So you could play this game called golf, and the ball would roll. You know, it wasn't mucked up, so there was that. It was lovely, lovely time. I did learn something today on your show. I had never heard of pasture taco. I hadn't heard that before. Of an
Yes.
El Pasture
Gonna
taco.
get
So
a
is that a pasture, a chicken that's raised only on a pasture that's then put at Chipotle? Is that what that is? That was a new one on me.
Yeah.
I did not get that in Southern California. They didn't have pasture taco.
To say that in front of a Hispanic man and Dylan Gonzalez, our producer, and just
Dylan
say,
Gonzalez's
"Had me one of them El
response.
Pasture tacos."
Pasteur.
It's like, what
He was-
are we doing?
He was so, I could just picture his face as I'm listening. What the hell did he just say? What was that?
We
Was
got
that
it.
an
We got
El
it.
Pastor?
Dude, it's
I
bad.
couldn't tell if it was a man of the cloth or if it was a chicken raised on grass. I couldn't tell.
It's bad, Bo, when like I'm the whitest guy at the station, and even I was like, I don't think that's how you say Al Pastor.
that's it.
I'm pretty sure that's not right. And I'm, you know, we got to get you out to a tacos truck, my friend. We got to go get some real tacos. If you're not saying Al Pastor right, there's a
You
lot
knew
you're
what I
leaving on the
mean.
table.
You knew what I meant.
Of course. But I did enjoy it. So that was great joy in the student drop-off line today.
Bo, I'm sure you've seen the news about the former MLB
Tony
Players
Clark.
Association, Tony Clark, having to resign because of an inappropriate relationship with his sister-in-law. The question we posed earlier today, because we don't know, I don't think it's out there yet as to whether this is his brother's wife or if this is his wife's sister. And we were trying to figure out which situation would be worse, because sister-in-law is vague enough that we don't know which one it is.
There's a third.
Okay.
Right? Like wife of spouse's brother?
Oh, yeah, I guess you could go that route too.
Right? Because that does it too. So if your wife has a brother and then his wife,
that's fair.
That's the easiest.
That would be a no doubt. That would be clean. That's almost like, did that even count? Do
So
we
I would
even
put
get
that-
divorced? Yeah, right. That's
That's the jumping off point. I could maybe talk my way out of that. With
But if it's
a
down-
lot of really high priced wine and diamond cellar and flowers and all of it, maybe.
But if it is the two I laid out, where either it's your wife's sister or your brother's wife, I feel like brother's wife is the one that, like, I would go to my brother if I found out that, like, someone was cheating, like, or if I had that situation where I cheated, I would still go to him like, hey, I screwed up.
Yeah.
He's your brother now. You can't go to him either. You can't obviously go back to your spouse. Like, I guess you got to hope the brother's
I would
wife is really cool and you're going to hang out with her now the rest of your time, because that's it.
I mean, this is all valedictorian of summer school. It's all terrible. But I would say that the best of it is, other than the third option, which I gave you, which the other two are both nuclear. I do think, for me, sister of spouse, not the one you're doing, the other one, because I got two brothers. I got two brothers. So if I lose one and one's mad at me for the rest of my life, fine. I got another one. I'll be fine. But I don't really want to get married again and start all this over. So I think, like, with your sister's sister, there's
Your
no
wife-
coming back.
Your
from
wife's
that,
sister,
ever.
you're saying. Yeah, your wife's sister.
there's
You're done.
No, there's no coming back from any of it. But that one is the most damaging, I think, to, like, the other one. I might be, out of sight, out of mind. My brother lives in Florida, the other in Montana. Maybe you don't see him.
Right.
But the other one's right in my backyard. There's no way back from
no.
that.
That's all.
Does it make it any better or worse if the wife sister option identical twins?
Well, you could just claim fool, right? You could just say, "Well, I didn't know." I didn't know.
She snuck up.
It's her fault. She's complicit.
She knew. She did
didn't
this.
know.
I've always wondered.
I didn't know who you were, who she was. I know who I am. It's on her.
That is such a great question, Dylan, because I've always wondered with people who are like married to someone with an identical twin, if you ever have that thing where you're like, well, I mean, I was but you were like physically attracted to that person. That's why you got interested in them in the first place. Now every time at a family function, you're like, well, that person looks identical to this person.
But you can tell. Like, I feel like when you're around a set of twins for a while, you can tell like the difference. They don't look the same to you.
They have different personalities.
No, they just don't look the same to you.
Sure.
It's like one of my best friends. He got two little brothers. They identical twins, John and Joe. I see him. I call them both Joe because I can't figure out which one is John and which one is Joe. He looks at him and he goes, "Oh, that's John," or "That's Joe," and it's just like, how do you know that? They look exactly alike.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the only excuse you could have, maybe, is that it was identical. It was dark. It was identical twin situation, and I didn't know. Sorry, honey.
I dated identical twins in Tallahassee, and
you dated both of them.
That's why I got into it, hoping to.
Uncle Bo.
I was in my 20s. You know, boys, it was a different time.
It's a triathlon, right?
It's a very different time. And I was always very terrified that they would be in the same place at the same time. And I would be, because they love to like screw around with you with stuff like that. Like one would show up at a table and then you'd be like, I think, and they were identical. It was very difficult to tell. Only when they spoke could you really tell. But yeah, I avoided, I think, any problems, I believe. Yeah. Somehow navigated.
To your knowledge.
Oh. To my knowledge. Hey, you can't blame them. You can't blame them.
I mean, sure. Yeah, right.
I was in my prime.
Yeah, I'm saying the animal magnetism. Can't resist. So
different time.
I assume lots of Buckeye basketball talk to get us started today. What else should we expect coming
up on the show? As you guys know, I don't know if it's like this for you guys, but when you come off of, and I wasn't, not like I was out that much. I was out Friday and Monday, Tuesday, and but it feels like, do I still know how to ride the bike?
Sure.
Do I remember how to do all of this? So there's a lot of catching up to do. Yeah, we'll hit the hoops and have a little fun along the way. It's the first Friday, kids.
There you go. First Friday miracle. Bishop and Friends coming up 9 to noon right here on The Fan. Thank you, Bo.
All right, boys. See you.
Shove it down your throat. It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Feeling the chill? Call the experts at Logan Services now for hot deals on Train furnaces, including 0% APR for 60 months.
Usually in the buzzer, we try to hit a story that we just didn't get to, leave it for the end of the show. But this one, the buzzer's actually going to be an actual buzzer on, like, this is that sister-in-law thing is bad. Fish reminded me of this. Did you know back in the 70s? Homework for you, kids. Go Google this. March 4th, 1973. Strangest trade in Major League Baseball history. Yankees pitchers Mike Kekich and Fritz Peterson swapped wives, families, dogs, the whole kit and caboodle.
What?
The summer of 72, apparently Mike Kekich, pitcher for the Yankees, was very close with Fritz Peterson. And apparently Mike was interested in Fritz's wife. So in the summer of 72, he's like, listen, I know you and Marilyn will get along as well. I think she's great. I'd actually be interested. And me and my wife are not getting along either. So why don't we just
swap?
And they did. They actually said it was more like
with marriage.
It was a husband swap. That like the family stayed the same, and then like the dads just were like, now I'm your dad, and now he's your. And they didn't work out. Both guys flamed out right after that. Didn't have the same careers after
this
that.
This would only happen in the 70s.
No kidding. All right. That's it for us. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Bishop and Friends is next. We'll see you tomorrow. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
On the east side by Gahanna, expect some lane closures on that 270 southbound ramp to 670 westbound because of an incident out there. We also have one just passing Linden, just outside of downtown. The right lane is blocked on 71 north at 17th Avenue because of yet another crash. We are also following up on a crash. Left shoulder is blocked on 315 north at that 670 intersection. We also have one just south of our metro. The left shoulder is blocked on 71 north at Green Lawn Avenue. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic. Have a great day.